Oh, I need to launch it.
Hey, I love the new hair.
Hey, Chuck, how you doing?
Are you sure you're transmitting audio? Because
No, I
don't
was
seem to be
not.
able to-
I think I was. I think my
I don't seem to be able to
microphone.
hear anything.
Looks like my microphone was muted. So yes. Okay. Like I said, it's difficult getting started sometimes, especially when it's something a little bit new and different, and there's a helicopter trying to park on me as well. So yes, okay, let's try this again. Hello everyone, we are playing GTA because I'd finished all the other Street games I was streaming, and it's a little while until the new Factorio version comes out. So it'll be a little while until we're ready to start playing that. And Peter's harassing me with a helicopter, so I shall depart. So yes, I am at the moment just bimbling merrily around the city because, as you can tell, I'm in a rather obvious car at the moment. It's because we haven't actually started doing a run yet, but sooner or later we will, and then we shall normal shenaniganry shall be resumed. I don't believe we've set we haven't set recordings going yet, so we better do that before we get started, because the idea is that hopefully some of these will be good enough to be turned into actual videos. So, is everyone ready to start recording?
Stand by, need to land.
We're recording?
Have you never played GTA with us before, Mike?
I don't remember. It's been a long time.
Right, I'm ready now.
Yeah, ready.
Okay, 3,
You,
2,
you
1,
don't need
go.
persistent. So you don't need yeah. What Tristan said.
What did Tristan? Oh, if it was on text, I didn't see it. I'm afraid. Oh, I found out why my webcam view isn't appearing. It's just because the game's on top of it. Let's put the game down here somewhere. There we go. You can see chat as well now, and my webcam views. And what is going on? Oh, I think I know what's going on. No, I don't know what's going on. Sorry, yes, there's a distinct lack of professionalism going on here. I do apologise. Who's that? Oh, it's Tristan. I don't know why my webcam isn't working actually. So I'm not going to spend too long fiddling with it. I'm just going to turn it off. Sorry about that. Right. Anyway, we have chat up now. At least that's a good start. Yeet Pete into the air. Okay. So where were we? Yes, I guess it'd probably be a good time to actually start doing a run. So let's stop messing. Oh, I do need to change outfits before we do that though. So I better find somewhere quiet and private to get changed where nobody can see me.
Just no nudity on Twitch, please. You know, got to be careful about these things. So if you are going to get changed, do it decently.
Okay, I shall try and make sure the camera is pointing in an inoffensive direction as I do.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and you'll be pleased to know I've managed to get my actual Xbox controller up and working, which means that one of my standard excuses for my bad driving is no longer valid. I now have a no, it's the wrong stick. I now have a controller that actually basically works. So
He's already playing with the wrong stick on.
So my driving, any problems with my driving are going to be entirely due to my inability to drive well, rather than having a slightly dodgy controller with all kinds of problems with it. So that's both good and bad. It means I've lost an excuse, but at least things work a little bit better. Right.
Are you ready?
I think I am ready. I've got an appropriate skin. So let's see.
Pete, are you about to die?
No, I'm good.
Oh, shame. Oh, and while I think about it, thanks for the resub, Mark. Much appreciated. And, oh, hello, Doopy, and your three stream streak. Also excellent. Thank you. And thanks for the follows to the people who almost certainly aren't here because they joined multiple days ago. That's Quacky Gammon and Della Hunter. Okay, so this is me starting as is traditional in the pink Voltic, which means I've got an enormous turn of speed, but I also can't take any checkpoints in it. So let's change out of this car and into one that's basically worse in every possible way. However, I can take checkpoints in it, so from that point of view, it's slightly better. Okay, so we can now bimble off into the distance and let things start happening. And of course do a sort of an introduction for anyone who's watching this as a video. So, hello there, welcome to Laurence Plays. We are playing Manhunt Checkpoint in GTA. So the idea of this game is that I drive around the city looking for checkpoints. There are going to be 5 of them, and the first one is pier entrance, which is why it says so at the bottom of the screen there. If I manage to take all of the checkpoints, then I win the game. Unfortunately, to make this a little bit harder, the game is there are some hunters wandering around the city as well, and you'll be able to spot them by their obnoxiously brightly coloured vehicles. And they're going to try and hunt me down, stop me taking the checkpoints, basically by killing me. And if they manage to kill me, then things have gone badly for me. Yeah, that's the, and I would then at that point lose the game. So the idea is for me to go out and try and take the checkpoints while staying safe as well and hiding from the checkpoints. Now pier entrance is quite a long way away from where I was, so I'm going to hop onto the motorway here and bimble across the city with a decent turn of speed and see if I can go over and find any and see if I can get over there without getting into too much trouble with the hunters. Now, changing lanes like that to avoid traffic is something that the AI don't do, so if there are any hunters watching me, this will look a little bit suspicious, but AI do sometimes change lanes, so maybe I'll get away with it, who knows, we shall see. It does mean I can drive a bit more quickly without looking suspicious though, so that is a good thing. They also don't change lanes to take exits either, they just tend to sort of just bimble along in whatever lane they're in, because they're not very smart. Okay, so I'm in the general vicinity of the checkpoint now. I'm not close to it yet, but in the general vicinity. So I'm going to try and wiggle my way over to it without being too obvious. Now, it's just occurred to me to wonder why I'm seeing pier entrance, because we have a system in this game where the checkpoints are chosen as random spots around the map, and pier entrance sounds like one of the classic checkpoint positions. So I think Tristan might not have set the game up properly, which I suppose is sort of fair enough because it's been a long time since we've done this, so he's probably forgotten how. And as ever, I'm just going to keep a bit of an eye out. We also, as I say, haven't played this for a little while, so I'm trying to remember exactly what game mode we're likely to be in. Now, I did see a thing popping up saying how big the circle was, so we're definitely in a circle checkpoint mode. And that means that the hunters get a circle appearing on their map to show them roughly where I am. And they can use that to then try and track down where I am and try and use that to help find me. Because the city's a big old place and they don't want to be hunting the entire thing. So again, still feels pretty safe. I don't see any hunters around at the moment. I have stopped a little bit further back from the lights than I would like to, but generally this seems to be a fairly good position. And yes, I should also mention to those of you watching on YouTube, we have started streaming Manhunt Checkpoint, and that means I have a live chat running at the moment on another screen. So yes, we have Doopy is suggesting I should try a motorbike. Now, motorbikes are interesting. I'm not entirely convinced they're a good thing. They are incredibly fast and quite agile, which is a little bit unrealistic, but never mind. But they are also very, very vulnerable, and if I do badly in my driving, then I'll be in trouble. So they can be extremely good, but they can also be extremely bad. And also, if I use them, then the hunters will also be allowed to use them. And I sort of kind of like to avoid that because, as I said, they can be very, very good in the right hands. It's just that my hands are probably not the right hands. There is one checkpoint taken, and it's the get out of your car checkpoint effect. I'm just going to run away from here because things are a little bit chaotic, and then try and find myself a new car that isn't right in the middle of the checkpoint, because this is all going to look a bit suspicious, I think. I'm actually a little bit surprised we haven't had a flood of hunters turning up yet, because this is the sort of thing that I would expect to summon them fairly quickly. I do need a new car. Oh, that purple truck is probably Tristan, judging by the way it's driving. So he's gone through there looking for me, but of course hasn't found me because, well, I'm not there. So I do need to now find a new car. Let's walk I don't think pedestrians stand still very much, so I want to keep moving. That was Mike going past that. I'm going to grab this SUV quickly, though. I'm grabbing it from the wrong side, but never mind. Hopefully I'll be able to get this before any hunters turn up. There we go. Right, so there's a Habanero. That's not too bad as SUVs go. Okay, so that take went reasonably well. It wasn't the smoothest one I've done because of the getting out of the car checkpoint effect, and then a little bit of a faff around to try and find a new vehicle. But we shall see. Yeah, so it does, as you say, Peter, it seems to be the old version with a set list of checkpoints. I'm not sure why we've got that. As I say, I think something must have gone wrong. I guess the hounds of Pete's hunting party are Tristan, Mike, and Astrid, who are also knocking around playing, and we'll see them as things go along. Okay, it looks like Mike happened. Let's drive away calmly like the good little AI we're pretending to be at the moment. And then stop here. Now, the annoying thing about this is it has battered up my car a little bit. And there's lots of cars around here shenaniganizing. Don't like this. I'm getting out of here. What? Where did that come from? That was an alarmingly good shot, especially as I think I was ducking at the time. Blimey. Okay, well, that was a rather brief one then. Okay, I guess we'll have to try again in a moment.
This is Laurence.
I felt like a lucky shot.
Successfully.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good shot. I didn't realise it was you.
Oh, right. No wonder it was good. That's probably why it was a good shot then.
Yeah. So your plot armor didn't come into play. You had basically the same type of vehicle I did, and mine was a bit dinged up, lost the door kind of thing, so I said, I need to replace it.
So was mine, because you ploughed a whole queue of traffic into the back of it at the previous drive.
Oh, no, that was Tristan.
No,
Well,
I looked backwards and saw your car, and then I saw Tristan going in the opposite direction shortly afterwards, so no, I think it was you.
No, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. As far as I was concerned, it was far enough around the corner that I was happy with it. So,
Don't.
Yeah.
Well.
So then the driver drove off. My usual procedure at that point is just to shoot them and take the car anyway. Because I'm a kind, caring, and compassionate. Yeah, I'm a kind, caring, and compassionate individual, and that's what my. Hang on, what is it? Is it 9mm? That's what my 9mm says.
This is where there needs to be more penalty for hunters assaulting AIs.
Probably, but
Yeah,
It was fun.
it's tricky because they do need to, hunters do need to be able to steal vehicles, but yeah, it's a tricky one.
yeah, it's.
You rarely have to shoot someone to steal the vehicle, though. That's just Mike being Mike.
True.
Yeah. You say that as though you've not done exactly the same thing.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, No Guard suggests in chat that the game needs a mode where the hunters are somehow limited in the amount of damage they can do when not in active pursuit to keep them from AI checking every single vehicle. So you have to have some sort of actual concerns. And we've done the sort of the increased damage mode, which sort of does that.
The issue with the active pursuit is it's very, very hard to get the game to know what a pursuit is.
Yeah, we've put quite a lot of effort into into trying to define whether a pursuit is happening or not, and we've had quite a lot of ideas, and some of them are sort of maybe partially implementable, but it's rather it's a little bit tricky.
I think you can just fall back to human in the loop where Laurence presses a button to say, "I'm in pursuit now."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what I would. Then relies on Laurence and
remembering
in the heat of the moment. Well, it's not just remembering's hard; it's in the heat of the moment. Like you make mistakes, stuff happens.
Yeah,
What you really need at that point is a human controller to
control the humans.
Well,
control mode. Woo!
Yeah, basically, but like that makes sense. That's why in Dungeons and Dragons you have a GM.
There was something we came up with, which was a sort of an approximation, which I thought might have actually sort of worked. Like it, and I can't remember what it was now, but we'll have to rack my brains and see if I can come up with it again. Anyway, before Mike starts explaining as to how a D&D works, should we start another run?
Good shout.
Go for it. In fairness, it is the sort of role I'd be happy to have. Just sort of game master, keeping an eye on things and talking and stuff like that. But you'd need enough players to make it work.
Yeah, to lose someone. You could that way we could also then have the sort of the manual circle thing that I talked about before.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of things you could do.
Oh, speaking
Anyway.
of, Tristan, why did we have the old-style checkpoints?
Because of the one I selected, because
Okay, just
I don't-
random error then. Okay, that's fair enough.
yeah, I don't remember what all the game modes and stuff are called.
Okay.
All the options.
Great.
No, that's a good
Laurence.
reason. All right, bye-bye.
Right.
Right.
Oh my.
I'm going to try something a little bit different this time.
It's beyond the pale.
Oh, fudge. You. Oh Lord.
Right, hello everyone, and welcome to Laurence Plays. This is Manhunt Checkpoint, so I'm going to bimble around the city of Los Santos looking for checkpoints. And the first one is in Boulevard del Perro and Dorset Drive in Rockford Hills, so that's actually not too far away. And I'm trying something a little bit different this time. Normally I will start off with a generally not very good car, like a sedan or possibly an SUV, and then escalate a little bit further into the game. This time I thought I'd try jumping straight in with a sports car, mostly because that was all that was spawning around here. So I've got a massive advantage over the hunters right from the beginning of the game. There's Tristan over there in the purple, for example. He's in a sedan. And this is because they know that if they get into any cars that I had, or car classes that I haven't used, then I can blow them up, and that's always fun. And but it takes them out of the chase, so it's not so good for them. So I thought I'd, try escalating a little bit, and the worst case will just keep everybody will use sports cars for the entire run, and it's not the end of the world. It just means everything will be a bit faster and a bit more high octane than normal. And sometimes I think, in a way, escaping in a sports car is sort of easier because after you've gone around a corner, you can accelerate to the next corner a bit more quickly. So it might work, but it might not. We shall see. It's what I would call an experiment. Also, it's not something I do very often. Normally I escalate very, very slowly through the ranks with the intent of keeping myself always in a better car than the hunters are driving. If I reasonably can. So for me to jump all the way to this car straight away means I'm going against what I normally do. And I think that could be quite good for also for throwing the hunters off the scent. I don't know if it's going to work like that. We shall find out as we go. So there is the checkpoint. Now it is rather gratuitously on the other side of the road, so at this point I can't get to it. That car is supposed to be turning left on a red, which I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do even in America, but we'll let it go anyway. So now I need to turn round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mostly obey traffic laws, I think, especially as there's quite a lot of hunters around. I can see orange and pink over there, and I saw purple a moment ago. So I'll just drive through here onto the correct side of the road. There we go. And hopefully Mike did not notice that. He didn't seem to have noticed that. There's Tristan in this junction. So at this point, turning round is not going to be a particularly good, easy thing to do. So I'm going to go this way instead. I'm going to turn right, and then actually, if this is a red light, this is America, I can turn right again. And I think, have I gone, oh, I haven't gone far enough. Oh, I was stupid. Okay, I'm going to spend the next few minutes just orbiting this block because I got it wrong. So come around here, and then again, another right turn on red, round this way, and then off this way. Let's instead of going that way, let's turn left at this junction this time. And then I'll head up into the Rockford Hills a little bit, and find somewhere to turn around. And here comes Mike again at great speed. He's in an SUV, so I can't blow him up, which is a shame. I would like to be able to blow Mike up, but no, I'm not going to be able to. So we'll go up here, and I think now I'm off the main road enough that I probably could get away with just doing a random turn in the road like that, and then come back down the hill again. Hopefully the hunters are not going to go, why are we seeing quite so many black fusillades around at the moment? That looks very suspicious. What's going on? I should go this way instead. Oh, and I need to be in this lane. And it's very much if you turn right here that you'll end up going in towards the checkpoint. So I'll do that. And I shall pull up at this red light over here. And I shall look around a little bit, and nothing coming. So I shall take the checkpoint and get arbitrarily turned round. That's not helpful. Let's go this way. Okay, so the idea is now I want to look like an innocent AI just driving away from the vague vicinity of the checkpoint. Okay, thank you, Pete. Oh no, stop it! I have not played this game for so long that I was pressing the wrong buttons. That's my excuse. Yeah, okay, coming out of I think getting turned round in that checkpoint kind of threw off my escape, everything. Yeah, that just meant I ended up not being subtle enough and got spotted coming out the other side. Also, I've got some joystick drift. That's annoying. There we go. Yeah, Mike seems to be getting lucky a bit too often at the moment, which is a bit unfortunate. Right. I got the turn round in the checkpoint effect, and I think that sort of I didn't deal with it very well. So I don't know. I should have driven off differently, and I didn't. So yeah.
I didn't get turned around.
Corner at 50 miles an hour, right in front of us.
Sorry.
Like, oh, that's a player.
Car moving fast, but not, in my mind, not totally unreasonably in front of me, and Pete basically latched onto the same one. So all right, I'll check it.
Oh no, I'd say that was definitely unreasonable. That was 100% a player.
Fair enough. I wasn't quite as sold on it as that, but yeah, I thought it was well worth checking, but not necessarily a guarantee.
That is absolutely a player.
Yeah, fair enough. Where are my slippers? I suspect one of my children has nicked them and run off with them.
I paid them well.
I do think we should try and find a way of giving the prey more health. So just one random lucky shot is a bit less fatal.
You should have armor, but yeah,
yeah,
limited.
I think armor doesn't help against headshots. Not surprisingly,
Right.
you just need to have artificially boosted health. I don't know how much that would help. I mean, it would help in those sort of lucky shot instances, and it would force the hunters to have the prey a bit more pinned before they sort of manage to eventually put them down. I don't know. Mark thinks Mike has been secretly practicing his shooting.
Separately to health. Headshot is an instant kill, regardless of what health you have.
Well, it's not always, because there are some other YouTubers who've done things where they've done a hunt where they've got absolutely ridiculous amounts of health, and they've got people sort of firing miniguns at them and tanks shooting them and so on, and they sort of run and they get it and they're able to run away because they've got ridiculous amounts of health. So
Neither of those will be able to do headshots.
Yeah, a minigun could.
It might be not allowed to.
But
Despite
the point stands that they've done challenges where they're being shot at by enormous numbers of people. It's sort of one person versus a million or something like, or everyone who follows that popular YouTuber. So it certainly can be done.
The helmets might be a thing.
Online has a game mode, Hunt the Beast, where the beast gets like 10x health.
Yeah, it might be probably something like that then.
Yeah.
There might be something like we can. Obviously, if I would expect there's a separate hitbox for the head, but you could disable that part.
Potentially, or if it is generally 10x head and headshot does double or triple damage, then the armor just reduces damage done rather than.
Or the armor doesn't protect against headshots, which would seem vaguely reasonable given that they're all they're all vests.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's but anyway.
Yeah. Anyway. Hopefully I'm slightly more warmed up now and we'll be able to drive better. We shall see how it goes.
In fairness, if Pete and I had been on the other side of golf course that time, you would have got away with it.
Yeah.
So there's also just we happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, there's always an element of luck. The problem is I need to make more luck for myself and less for you guys.
Did anyone get teleported? Because I didn't.
No, I'm still here.
I assumed you hadn't started.
Yeah. It's not happy. Let's try that again.
At least it's easy to turn off and on again.
There we go.
There we go.
And I've got a car this time as well. Lovely.
Yeah, rubber.
Where do that's not where I want to go. That's good. Yeah, I don't really want to start on the highway. It makes changing vehicles a bit awkward. So, what is that muscle car doing? Not my problem. Let's drop off here and find something else to drive. Okay, so let's go with the let's try driving a slightly more interesting car first theory again. I keep getting in the right-hand side of these cars. My Britishness is clearly showing. Right, so there we go. I have a car. It is a muscle car, so that means I've unlocked muscle cars for the hunters. I've also been given a checkpoint to go and find, which is over in Little Seoul. That's quite a long way away from over here. Right. So what should we say? Let's get a video started, shall we? Hello there, and welcome back to Laurence Plays, where we are playing some Manhunt Checkpoint. This is the game mode where I sneak around the streets of Los Santos, trying to find checkpoints and taking them. And the hunters will also be wandering around slightly less sneakily and trying to stop me from taking the checkpoints, usually by shooting me. And sometimes that goes well for them. They've been doing fairly well so far this evening, unfortunately. So we've got to... So hopefully I'll be able to drive a little bit better this time, be a little bit more subtle and sneaky, and slightly better at taking the checkpoints. We might have a bit of a talk about what detection methods they've got going at the moment, because in order to help them find me, we do have a thing on the map that shows a large circle, and they know that I'm always somewhere inside that circle. This means that they're not searching the entire city; they're only searching some of it, and gives them, in theory, a bit of a chance of finding me. Unfortunately, this bit of a chance has been rather too effective recently, and they've been finding me rather easily. Now, on the other hand, them being nearby is actually a good thing, because if we never see the hunters, then the game is rather boring and a bit pointless. So what we want to have is something that brings the hunters reasonably close, so we see them and ideally we have a few exciting chases and things, whilst still also not allowing them to actually manage to kill me. That's what I want anyway. So, at the moment, I should cruise down the highway and try and look reasonably like an AI. I've been overtaken by that Audi, and there's another sedan over there in front of me. It's going a bit slower. But yes, it's quite a long way down the highway to get to the first checkpoint over in Little Seoul, as I was saying. So we'll just enjoy the cruise over there for the time being, and yes, try and make cunning plans for when we get there. Part of the problem is I don't really know exactly where the checkpoint is going to be. It looks like it might be somewhere in the canals, which could be interesting. So I think I'd better come off at the next stop here, next exit here, and then I'll be able to make my way down over into the canal area and try and find the checkpoint. So if the hunters have been watching the circle, which I'm sure they have been, they will have a pretty good idea that I've crossed most of the way over the city, because the circle will have been moving quite quickly. So they'll know that I was on the highway. I don't want to go back on the highway, stay in this lane. That's some bad driving. Fortunately, the AI also drive fairly badly, so occasional little bits of being in the wrong place aren't too serious. Oh, I saw a car go past at fairly high speed on the crossroad over there, so that was probably Tristan. Oh, and I can see the checkpoint on the mini-map now in the bottom left. So that means I'm actually getting fairly close to the checkpoint. I should be able to just about see it, I think. Oh no, it's just up there to the left of the monument, I think. And as far as I remember, I don't think I can turn left down here. But we'll see how it goes as I get a little bit closer. So it's going that way. I'll go straight on down this lane. Yeah, there we go. There's the checkpoint. You can see the big red glow. But I think, yeah, you can't actually turn left legally along here. So I better keep going. There is shooting happening, which means there are lots of panicking AIs, but none of the ones in the cars seem to be panicking. So I better not too much. I also don't see anyone behind me, so I'm going to take the left turn here, even though I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that, really. Yeah, it looks pretty quiet around here, so I think I can come around this corner and stop in the checkpoint, grab the checkpoint, and get going. Now, they're going to see a massive blue plume of checkpoint now, so they're going to know exactly where it was, so I need to get away from the area a little bit and just try and hopefully they hope they won't notice me. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to take a left turn here. I am now driving directly away from the checkpoint, but because I came out of a side street, I'm hoping that means I blend in reasonably well. I have absolutely no idea. Okay, now I need to get over to Prosperity Street and Cougar Avenue in Morningwood. Now, I have no idea where that is, but it's that sort of general direction. I think that's a fair drive away. Now, I could stop and have a look at the map. I am allowed to do that. It will show me where it is. But I strongly suspect if I stop here and look at the map, the lights will go green, and a hunter will turn up and go, why isn't this car moving? The lights are green, and shoot me. There, you see, there's a hunter turning up. Do I still want to go left? I mean right. Do I still want to go right? I think I probably... Ooh, that's shooting. That's panicking. Shooting means panicking AI, so that means if the AIs are panicking, then we can just hoon away wildly and just almost drive however I like. Now, I say I can drive however I like. That's not true, because AIs don't drive, even when they're panicking, they still mostly try and obey the traffic laws to an extent. Like, they will stay on the correct side of the road and that sort of thing. That, however, I think is Pete in a police car. And that is Mike in a sports car. So that means if we do manage to get into a chase, I can just blow them both up, because they are in illegal vehicles. We have a rule that says the hunters are not allowed to drive any vehicle types that the prey hasn't driven yet. And so I haven't driven anything other than a muscle car. So the hunters aren't allowed to drive anything other than, okay, they're allowed to drive SUVs and compacts and sedans just for free. They get those as straight up, because otherwise the game would be far too hard for them. There wouldn't be anything they were allowed to drive. But they're not allowed to drive anything better. And those are bikes running red lights. I don't know if that's normal. I don't know. I feel like they shouldn't be doing that. It's sort of illegal and all that sort of thing. But I don't know. The hunters also aren't allowed to be on motorbikes either, because again, they're a class of vehicle they're not allowed to use until I've used them. So I'm not going to blow them up yet, because if they stay in those illegal vehicles, and if and when we get into a chase, they're vulnerable and I can blow them up, and that's useful because it almost immediately gets me out of the chase if all the hunters explode. So I'm going to hope for that. Oh, except Mike and Pete are killing each other as usual, so that's sort of unhelpful, because that means they'll go in and get different cars and I might not be able to blow them up. So for once, I'm actually slightly disappointed that they're killing each other. It's not helpful, and that doesn't happen very often. Usually, I'm quite happy when they take each other out in sort of fits of playfulness. Now, I feel like that that number 2 on my mini map is only just at the edge of it, so I think I'm fairly close to the next checkpoint. I'm not sure, but I feel like it's on that road that it looks like it's on, and it's not just going to move further away as I get closer to it. We'll find out in a moment or few, though, if I ever manage to get going. Why is that car waiting? There's no red light there. It's just a stop sign. Okay, well we're going now anyway, so that's what matters. So from here, I'm going to go. Is that a lane? I don't think that's a lane. From here, I'm going to turn right at this one, and then up, and right again. And I think that should take me to the checkpoint. We'll see how we go as we get moving again. But at the moment, actually, it's quiet, and I'm allowed to turn right on a red. I keep forgetting about that because I'm British, and we don't have that sort of rule over here. Unfortunately, I do think it's a good rule. Oh no, it's a bit further away than I thought. Maybe I need to go quite a bit further. Also, my lane positioning is completely different to that car, but never mind. I think cars do position themselves differently in lanes at different times. I'm honestly not sure. Now, I feel like I might be being a bit too good about following the traffic laws. I'm stopping at all these traffic lights. I mean, it feels like the right thing to do. It feels like the way I like to play the game. But also it means that I'm going very, very slowly. There are a lot of traffic lights on this side of the city. And it's quite a long way up to get to the no, there's a green light. It's quite a long way to get to that next checkpoint. The downside of not following another car is I'm not quite sure what the expected speed to drive along these roads is. I'm quite bad at judging that. That was one of the things that Mike said made him suspicious last time, was that or Pete said even more so, was my car was going too quickly. He thought, aha, that's a player. AIs don't drive at that sort of speed. And so I need to try and imitate an AI, and try and look like an AI, try and make them think I'm an AI, and that's quite difficult sometimes. Okay, so that one, there we go. The number checkpoint 2. Okay, Mike has picked up another sports car. That means he's still vulnerable, and that's a good thing for me. So now I need to carefully drive as if I'm an AI and try and be convincing. There's a stop sign. Do AIs actually stop at these stop signs? I'm honestly not sure. I don't know if I'm being suspicious by being a little bit too good about them, or whether that is actually accurate.
Do whatever you want, honey.
Okay, here we go. There's the checkpoint, and it's on the other side of the road. You know what? Sorry, I'm just going to grab it like that. And then, once again, I need to get out of there. There is Pete down there. This is not good. Came directly away from the checkpoint. However, he hasn't responded. He hasn't reacted. Also, I don't seem to have picked up any significant damage from Mike hitting me. At least not on my screen. And I know there's issues with it, with video syncing and all that sort of stuff. But I seem to have got away with that one quite nicely. So let's just keep going. Head out this way. So the next one is at the golf club. That's not too far actually. I'm happy with that one. That's not going to take me too long to get to. No God is saying that if there's a stop sign and a light at the same intersection, he's not sure what you're supposed to do. Yeah, that seems reasonable. I mean, that's actually that's interesting, because I feel like GTA is normally quite realistic about a lot of this design stuff. Oh, actually, I've just noticed my back windscreen's been smashed. Maybe Mike clearly did more damage than I realised. Maybe I should just blow him up for fun at this point. Or actually, no, I'll do it when I'm approaching the next checkpoint, maybe, because at that point it could actually be useful for me. That shouldn't be the case, No Guard, because yeah, the lights are programmed in such a way that if you catch a green light and then you keep going at the speed limit, you should then hit all of the greens. Yes, that is true. But if you catch one red, you shouldn't catch all of the other reds, because you don't go through that light when it's a red. You wait there until it goes green, and then you go through it. So you'll actually be going through the light when it's gone green. If you run the red light, then yes, you'd hit the next one as a red light, sure. But you shouldn't be doing that. So you should be okay going through the first one when it turns green, and then the next one should also be green as well. Some of them are badly designed and they've got the sequencing wrong, sure. But in theory, if you're obeying the law, you should hit all of them when they're green. Okay, I think we have a Tristan problem at this point. Right, so we now have a chase. This means it's time for me to try and remember how to blow up the other cars. What's the buttons? Oh, this is a slippery muscle car. That's bad. It's a slippery Tristan. That's also bad. Is it that one? No, that one. No. I can't remember how to bring the menu up. Not like that. There we go. Okay, well I got 2 of them. That's pretty good. So that means I now just need to deal with getting away from Tristan in order to be free of this chase. And it means Mike isn't going to randomly turn up, and apparently nor is Astrid. So you know, doubly good. 2 hunters, 1 explode. I can honk when I get nudged by a hunter, but no, I can't shout abuse at them. That's very true. Jump! Yeah! Hey, did that work? I think that might have got me my freedom. Let's turn the circle off for a moment while I escape a bit more enthusiastically, because I think that jump got me. I think Tristan didn't see me go over that jump and is now very confused as to where I went. I am not sure about this, and I have frequently been wrong about thinking I've escaped when I haven't done before in the past, but that looked pretty good. So I'm just going to come up here. I'm not going to go to movie studios, because getting out of movie studios is always a pain in the what's name. But I should come round here and up here, and then I want to find a small road to change cars on. And this is not a small road, this is quite a major one. So I'll go on to this one here. Right, that was pretty good. Now, unfortunately, from that, Tristan is probably going to identify me. So he now knows what I look like, and he will also tell all the other hunters what I look like. So it's going to be a little bit harder for me to... enable circle? There we go. Close menu, close menu. Right, so it's going to be... if the hunters see me in this car, they are going to be immediately suspicious and probably come in and start shooting. Also, this is not the best car in the world. It's a step down from one I was using, because that was a muscle car. But still, it's going to keep me. It's keeping me moving, and I think it's probably worth a shot. We'll see how I get on with it. I'm just going to run this red light actually, because I'm getting impatient. And I kind of want to keep. I want to keep moving. I kind of want to keep the pressure on the hunters if I can. This, however, is a red light on a much more major road, so far more likely to get hunters flying through here. So I'm going to be slightly more cautious. Because, yeah, running a red light is a fairly good way to get yourself caught, I believe. There we go, there's a green light. I'm probably still going to get T-boned by a hunter as well. What do you mean honk? With my right of way, sod off. Cheeky AIs. Right, let's try and keep driving at a sensible speed along here, so I don't get unnecessary abuse. Or necessary abuse, depending on how you look at it. Right, where's the checkpoint? I mean, it's there. I can just about see the red glow, but what I want to know is which side of the road is it on, And looking at the mini-map, I think I'm on the wrong side of the road and I'm going to need to loop around and get it from the other side. But I will approach it. I'll drive past it anyway, because this is going to be a useful way to give it a quick recce and find out whether I'm in the right place. Oh, and thank you to both of you, yes. Yes, I was quite... Yeah, that was... Whoop. Do you mind?
You are looking totes delicious.
There's a lot of bad driving going on today, and not all of it is me for once. Why are these cars slowing down? That one is... Okay, that one's just pulling a random U-turn. Sure, why not? So there we go. As predicted, the checkpoint is on the other side of the road. Now, it's not quiet around here. I'm not going to pull a random U-turn here. I'm going to continue along here and then stop at these lights. Because there's a mic right there. Kind of want that Jester that Mike just scared off, because that is my it's my favourite car in the game that isn't a supercar, but it's damaged and also it's got Mike following it. Also, I'm damaged and I don't want to have Mike following me, so I'm going to... There's Tristan. He has now taken a Vigoro like the one I was driving before. Actually, no, I think it might be the one he was driving before as well. Mike has really decided he dislikes that Jester, so I'm going to... Oh, I should be panicking now because they were shooting. Ah, panic, panic, panic. Panic, 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 panic. Can you tell that I'm panicking? Can they tell that I'm panicking? I don't know. All the lights are turning green for me though, that's rather nice. Unfortunately, I'm going completely the wrong direction for where I want to be going. I do also need to replace my car. I've stopped right in the middle of a junction. That's bad. Get in the other car, quickly, 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 quickly. Here comes Tristan. Uh-oh. Oh, it's alright, he's gone a different way.
You fucker!
Right, let's... That was a terrible, terrible job of changing cars, but never mind. What's Mike doing? Is he still hiding behind that taco truck? No, I think he's gone away. Okay. Oh dear. Right, let's get back to the checkpoint. Yep, there he is. One of the things I've noticed I tend to do, which it's a habit I'm trying to break myself of, is I think I press the I push the stick too hard when I'm trying to steer, and that ends up with the car jerking around in the lanes rather than steering smoothly. Maybe I need to have a steering wheel, and I'd be able to drive a bit more smoothly with one. I don't know. Ooh, a Rolls. They're quite nice actually because they're a sedan, so they're basically in the free class. But they're really, really heavy and powerful, so they're quite good at batting for hunters out of the way when you inevitably get into a chase. That was quite suspicious driving there. Mike is driving a sports car again because he's a dirty, dirty cheat. Well, I say he's a dirty, dirty cheat. He's a dirty, dirty mess all over the highway. And you know what? I'm just going to take this checkpoint. Right, so yeah, once again, Mike and apparently Persistent as well were both driving sports cars. I think we've had a gravity increase because my car just feels very, very strange. It's got enormous amounts of grip suddenly. So that's another one of the checkpoint effects, gravity changes. Some people will probably be floating off into the sky. I'm stuck to the ground, so I've got, as I say, got massive quantities of grip, and it's very, very strange. This car has now been quite clearly recognised, so I need to switch, and I need to switch to something quite good, but probably not really a... no, sorry, let's have a sports car. Why not? Actually, is this a sports or is it a coupe? I can't tell. I think it's a sport. It's a coupe. Excellent. So we've gone from coupe to coupe. That's good, because now at least I still have. It means next time Mike shows up in a sports car, I can blow him up once again. Okay, so now I need to get to the observatory. Now, getting to the observatory isn't too difficult, but it's a bit of a faffy place. It's a weird place to get to. I think let's turn right here. And then right again and head up this. Actually, that's not quite where I was. Oh, hang on. No, no, the observatory isn't where I was thinking of. I was thinking of the theatre. I think there's some sort of that. I think it might be that building up there on the hill in front of me. That's the one I was thinking of, but that's not the observatory. That's some sort of outdoor theatre or conference centre or something like that. I was thinking of that one, but no, that's not where we're going to. We're going to the observatory, which is way over in the eastern part of the city. There's Mike again, and Pete as well, and they're harassing each other. Okay, while they're harassing each other, let's just head off over this way. And there's Persistent again. There's a lot of hunters in this area, which is kind of what we want. I mean, we like to see a lot of hunters around because it makes the game interesting. If there weren't any of them, it'd be really, really dull. It would just be me driving around the city going, oh look, let's drive over to the other side of the city and obey the traffic laws a little bit, and nobody'd want to watch that. But sometimes they can be a little bit pushy. Yeah, I've tried the taking a hunter's car that's been abandoned at the side of the street and then trying to drive like a hunter. The problem is, though, it's a weird one, because if you play this game driving like a player rather than trying to sneak, it's not very interesting. It's relatively easy to win the game if you just hoon around the city like an absolute lunatic, because you can get from checkpoint to checkpoint quite quickly, and you probably won't get spotted. But it's too easy, and it doesn't make very interesting footage, which is why I tend to try and play it in the sneaky driving around, mostly obeying the traffic laws kind of way, because I think it makes for a more interesting game, and I think it makes for more interesting content for you guys as well. So I don't like to just hoon around at crazy speeds. It's something I've done occasionally, usually to let off a bit of steam when a session has been going particularly badly and the hunters have been winning game after game. But in general, I would rather drive around a bit more slowly, even if it's not quite as exciting at the time, and even if I could potentially do better. Okay, now Mike is bullying Astrid. Sure, why not? And they're both driving sports cars still. Which is... Oh, actually no, Astrid seems to be changing into a fire engine. Which is... Again, is classed as an emergency vehicle and therefore also not allowed. So I see some more exploding hunters in the near future. He's going... Oh, okay, there's just a bit of high spirits with the hoses over there. I think I should just blow them up again. Problem is, if I blow them up, it certainly implies that I can see them, and it also implies that, well, no, it sort of implies I think we're in a chase, but I mean, there's no hard and fast rule about I'm only allowed to blow them up if we're in a chase, so it is very, very tempting. There's a pedestrian in the road. That's not supposed to happen.
Heads up, schmuck.
But they're acting like an AI, so, you know. If there's a hunter around, they'd probably run them over, because pedestrians almost never cross roads. They will walk along the pavements a certain amount, yes, but they don't tend to cross over. Tristan's still in a muscle car, so he's playing it safe. I want to call shenanigans, but I'm not sure how to justify it.
I feel violated.
Okay, you better have a good reason for that one.
Yeah, I did your skin earlier.
Oh, yes, of course you did. All right. Well spotted then, in that case.
I saw the same skin, slammed on my brakes, and then Mike nearly ran me over.
In fairness, the running you over was kind of on the car. Oh, well, I was just going to ram your car, but yeah.
I got murdered by a water cannon.
Do I need to run some command to get the color changing to work?
So it will do when you join a game.
Okay.
Can't mean all of the fire trucks is persistent.
That
was very confusing, though.
A lot of hunters in illegal vehicles in that game. There's a lot of blowing up happening.
Yeah, I did announce to the hunt at the start of things that I was going to do a naughty vehicles only run.
Okay. I suppose, yeah, you almost certainly won't ever run out of them, because I'm very unlikely to use a supercar, and also if I did, then you could probably go off and find, I don't know, a plane or something, and there's bound to be some class that I haven't used.
Yeah, and in fairness, if you had unlocked everything that had gone, well, you know,
I tried.
It becomes mostly not. Yeah. It's just sort of saying it's nice to have a sort of theme for the run, as it were, from the hunter's perspective as well.
Yeah.
You know, each individual hunter with their own theme, potentially, or just, you know, whatever. The theme could be a good person.
If Laurence almost got everything, thinking like you'd be stuck to, well, I can only do a boat for now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bikes are probably a fairly safe bet as something he's not going to get into.
Yeah.
So is emergency, actually.
Oh, you said that.
I did have a suggestion in chat that I should try using a bike, and I gave the standard spiel about how bikes actually are both too good and too bad, and almost all entirely in ways that are bad for the prey.
Yeah, you ID yourself really well, really easily there because you don't have a helmet on.
Oh, yeah, that's true as well. Yeah,
You can have a character that has a helmet. That's not an issue.
there aren't very many of those.
No, but as long as you know which one it is, then you're fine.
Yeah, there's one woman who has a hairstyle that looks like a helmet.
I found a guy in a regular car with a helmet that run. That was weird.
Huh.
Just like, yeah, in a sedan.
Hunters in minis only is a nice idea. It is quite entertaining. But the problem is finding enough minis.
We can spawn them in if necessary.
True. Spawn.
Yeah, hadn't we done that at some point?
We have, yes.
We have, yeah.
Actually, no. Even more fun is
smart cars.
hunters in smart cars and the prey in reasonably heavy vehicles.
Trucks.
Mules.
Trucks and vans and mules and that sort of thing. Should we do that? That's quite fun.
Yeah, I have to try and figure out how to start that.
Why is the police after me? I don't know.
Have you been a naughty boy?
I might have run someone over, but that's it.
I might have just committed this murder. It's fine.
Delicious murder. Right. Okay. This is not a mule. Oh, I'm miles outside the city. I shall need 10 minutes to get back.
You have a very fast sports car.
That is true. Well, technically, I have a supercar, which is even better. Right. Let's see if I can find anything heavy. So this is going to be quite entertaining because I'm going to be rather obvious because the hunters are going to have much more interest in larger, not industrial vehicles, but trucks and things, because they know that's essentially what I'm going to be. That's what I'm going to be driving. There, 360 no scope. So let's see what we can find. So far, no heavy vehicles. That almost counts. That big SUV over there almost counts. I'll head down towards the ghetto. There tend to be trucks spawning in down there. Unfortunately, I'm playing as a guy in a suit at the moment, which is not the most. Probably won't look quite right in a truck, but never mind. I say we'll if I can actually find one. Yeah, that's almost a truck, but not quite. If I can find a truck, then I'll switch into it. Oh, there's one. Come here. Ah, I'm stuck on a street furniture. No, not that car, you colossal useless waste of... Ah! Maybe it'll stop that. Yes, it has stopped at that junction. Let's chase the truck down. Yeah, I could try the docks. The docks are a long way, though. Ideally, I'd like to pick something up a little bit sooner than that. There we go. Oh, now I have to get back up to the golf course again. Okay, well, let's see how we get on. Driving trucks is quite weird because you always end up with a camera so much higher up. Ah, yes, and I should do a video intro as well. Hello everyone and welcome to Laurence Plays, and we're playing some GTA Manhunt once again, and we're doing a run with a slight twist this time. That's not the right place to stop, there we go, I'll do. I'm playing, as you can see, in a truck, and all of the hunters are going to be in smart cars, or pantos as they're called in GTA. And this means that they're going to have an interesting time trying to stop me. I'm going to be able to bat them out of the way quite nicely. But also, they're probably going to be able to keep up with me quite well because they're probably going to be a little bit quicker, lighter and faster, and just generally a bit more, certainly a little bit more agile than I am. Now, I'm not restricted to only truck bodies like this. I can drive a mule or one of the big sort of van things as well if I want to. And I have to admit, I don't really expect this to go enormously well for me. There's lots of panicking going on behind me. I did see some shooting, but it was quite a long way away. Anyway, I'm not expecting this to go brilliantly for me because these novelty runs tend not to actually make for good runs, but they do tend to be quite funny, so I'm definitely game for it from that point of view. So we are following the standard Manhunt rules. We have a circle on the map that tells the hunters where to look. We have me driving around with some checkpoints that I have to try and collect, and the hunters have, the hunters have the circle so they can try and find me. If I manage to take all 5 of the checkpoints, I didn't see that Panto at all. Oh god, it's on fire. I just drove into a Panto completely without seeing it. That bodes well for the rest of the run, doesn't it? So let's try and actually stop before hitting this car. Oh, you see, it's very, very difficult to judge the size of this vehicle. And oh, there's a Panto there. The way that just spawned in makes me think it's probably Safir. Also, the red blobs on I don't know what the red blobs on the map are. That's new and different and interesting. Excuse me. Size has a certain what name when it comes to right of way, I feel. Okay, I need to get round this way to get over to the golf course. Oh, I can barely make that turn. Okay, let's join this queue of cars, this line of cars over here that are trying to filter through in front of that SUV. I know, we've got a red light. I suppose I can wait for that one. Right, so how much damage have I done to the front of my car with this truck, with a couple of collisions I've had to have? Not too much, actually. That's okay. I am wondering, actually, maybe the reason that I saw a Panto appear in front of me then, that might have been Tristan spawning in Pantos for all of the players, so that the hunters would have the right cars to be using. I may have ended up just driving straight into one of the Panto that was supposed to be mine. We'll see how it goes, but that would explain why Pantos seem to be just randomly appearing in front of me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was thinking, Peter. Yes. And hello, Hohenheim. Oh, there's Tristan in a Panto. There was Tristan in a Panto. I've taken the front of it off. Right. So answering Hohenheim's question, which I think actually came in a previous run. I can explode hunters if they're driving vehicles they're not allowed to drive. So if there is a rule in a normal run, which this is most definitely is not. There is a rule that the hunters are only allowed to drive vehicles if I have already driven a vehicle of that class. So previously, in the previous run, Mike was driving sports cars a lot because sports cars are fun, and so that meant that whenever he was in one of those illegal vehicles, I could just blow him up through the menu because he was driving a vehicle that he's not allowed to be driving. So that's on him. It's his fault, his suffering. If he'd been driving a legitimate vehicle, I would not have been able to blow him up. In the same run, Tristan was driving quite a lot of muscle cars because he'd seen me driving a muscle car. That is absolutely allowed, and so I wouldn't be able to blow him up in that vehicle because he's not cheating. Now, cheating is a slightly strong word here, to be fair, because it's not cheating as such. It's just running the risk and driving a vehicle he's not allowed to drive. Now, there are hunters about, so I sort of don't want to go for the checkpoint. But on the other hand, I'm never going to get rid of them because they've got faster cars than me. They're going to have trouble actually stopping me. So I think I'm just going to have to go for the checkpoints anyway. And me stopping in the checkpoints in order to take them is going to give them an opportunity to catch up. And maybe this game will be horribly, horribly imbalanced, but it's still quite funny to just be batting the hunters around a bit. So yeah, I think I'm not going to be able to get away, so I'm just going to have to keep smacking them around a bit and just go driving from checkpoint to checkpoint. Now, I will try and drive a little bit evasively. I will do my best sort of trying to squash them, and whenever they get anywhere near me, I will do what I can to make their lives difficult. Like this. Ooh, he's making his own life difficult, that's fine. Oh, I've got to go all the way to the airport. Oh, this is going to take forever. It's a long way to the airport, but at least I'm driving at about 70 miles an hour through the middle of the city, so it's not going to be quite so bad as I suggested. Now, you see, this is the problem with these sort of comedy runs. The hunters are all really, really close to me at this point. They're going to struggle to stop me because beep beep, I'm a truck. That phone box took quite a jump there as well. So yeah, their best bet is going to be to try and guess where I'm going and get someone ahead of me with a ready to shoot me as I approach. Especially, this seems to be quite a good truck. Oh, he says driving straight into a wall, straight into a building. Maybe there needs to be something about I have to destroy a hunter's car between each checkpoint I take. But then they could slow me down by staying away. But they wouldn't do that because that would spoil the fun. And my face is in a tree. Hello, regular. Welcome to the stream. Yes, we could do with some Benny Hill music here. That would be very, very appropriate. The front of my truck is taking a bit of a battering, actually. I have actually, interestingly, I seem to have lost most of the hunters. That's quite impressive. I say lost. I don't have. Oh, there they are. They're approaching again. But I don't have most of the hunters behind me, directly behind me. There is just Tristan there. So, yeah, he's obviously following and giving instructions and things. I don't want to be up here. I want to be down on the lower level of the airport. Oh. Okay, this is. I'm just going to have to keep going round here because I've got too much momentum. Goodbye, Mike. I think it's not impossible that somebody's being a bit naughty with a helicopter, but it's quite unlikely. When we're doing... The hunters probably aren't cheating about things like that, because whilst they like being a little bit naughty with things like driving the sports cars, that's naughty within the game rules. I think driving, using a helicopter in this particular game mode would be being... Oh dear, I'm getting shot at. This is bad, because they're... Oh no, I was going to say because they'll take my tyres out, but no, they probably won't, because I think I've got bulletproof tyres, because I'm driving something worse than a muscle car. Oh, this is a problem. This is a real problem. They're firing. Now, they haven't taken my tyres out. As I say, I think it's because we have the old thing where you get bulletproof tyres if you're driving the worst vehicles in the game, and this is a pretty bad vehicle, therefore bulletproof tyres. So they need to get in front of me in order to kill me. Oh no, this could be a problem. Get back in the truck. No. Oh, he got me. She got me, rather. Oh no. Oh, she was over there ahead of me. That explains why. So yeah, that was what I was saying. They needed to get someone in front of me in order to be able to get the shot off. That was fantastic, especially when I managed to ping Mike into the air off the off everything.
Oh, it was over there. Okay.
Oh, that was fun. Especially when I managed to ping Mike up into the air off the top of the upper loop.
Yeah, that was bad. My superior Overwatch sniping skills have come into play. Widowmain.
Yeah,
Except there really wasn't a Widowmain.
I'd been saying earlier in the run that basically the way you were going to have to get me would be to get somebody ahead of me and well, basically do exactly what you did. So I was, yeah, well done.
Almost got you on the checkpoint effect.
You did, yes. That was, if you got me from that, I would have been not grumpy, but it would have seemed like a bit of a shame. But yeah, Astrid was in exactly the right place to do basically what I've been saying was the way you would have to get me. I suppose in a way it was my fault for messing around so much in the airport and not going straight into the checkpoint as soon as I arrived there. But I wasn't sure I could pull that corner off as I was approaching it. That worked quite well. Should we do that again?
Yeah, right.
Do you want to? Is it easy for you, Tristan, to turn off the bulletproof tyres thing?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, all right, word then. Just thinking that it was, yeah, being able to obliterate the tyres on the truck would probably have made things a little bit more interesting. It did occur to me that I'm never ever going to be able to escape from one of these chases.
No,
not unless I get very, very lucky. But although I did get to a couple of points, when I was going into the airport, there was only you, Tristan, following me closely, I think. So if I'd managed to squeeze you into a wall and ping you over to blow you up or something, then I might have got away. But you were being
I was being careful at that point because I was the only one there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had eyes on you, Tristan, when you went in there, but I just got booped as soon as I entered airport. Fell down one of the ramps.
The booping is a lot of fun, I have to admit. I hope I can get another one of those rather than the mule, because I think the mule just wouldn't be quite satisfying.
Let me check what it's called, because I can just spawn them.
Oh, that might be better, actually, yeah. Any of the truck cabs. I don't want the cement mixer, that's too slow. It wouldn't be fun, I don't think. But there's Okay. Yeah, that'd do. Okay. I changed my skin. I'm not sure why I bothered. There's a bit of controller drift. Oh well. It's quiet. No, that's a smart car.
Yeah, but that's a trigger it on everyone.
Yeah, I think I spotted a couple of them spawned in. Just I think we reckon they probably spawned in from nowhere in front of me, and I ploughed into them, which was quite funny.
Is that useful?
Yes, that's very useful. It landed right on top of the smart car. And
So I don't.
virtually no damage. It's probably because I didn't move. It landed on top of the smart car, or didn't move enough.
I don't get any feedback as to whether or not it works. So.
Okay, I can tell you with that it definitely works. Oh, with the red blobs, cars, vehicles have just been spawned in. That explains why I saw some red blobs on the map. Okay. Right, let's go. Oh, hang on, I haven't got chat up. Let's get chat back up again. Put Discord over the top of it. There we go. Right, well, they know what I'm in, I know what they're in. There's probably not a great deal of point in me trying to play this subtly. I'll drive somewhat slowly for the until as I head over to the first checkpoint. But I will be not quite as subtle as I would be in a normal run. So, welcome to Laurence Plays. We are playing a weird twist on the normal Manhunt checkpoint because we're playing with me in a truck and all of the hunters in Pantos, which are Smart 4.2s basically. They are little silly comedy cars, and that means that I can bop them out of the way fairly easily because they weigh a lot less than I do. Now the question is, at this point, do I want to try and play it subtly? Because they know what I'm in, I know what they're in, they know what's going on. Once we get in a chase, I'm never going to be able to escape from them. There's probably no point in being subtle like this, but until they find me, I'm going to start off by just sort of sitting in the traffic here, pretending I'm an innocent AI. Now, they're not going to be fooled by this, because as soon as they see me, they're going to go, oh look, that's exactly the vehicle we're expecting to be driving, and start mobbing me. So I'll probably run away as soon as I see any of them. But for the moment, like there's Mike, for example. Let's give him some attention. Oh, he's gone the other way. Excellent. Right, so I've escaped from Mike. Pay no attention to the orange blob following me. So now I'm going to actually start making a little bit of a run for the checkpoint. These vehicles, as far as I can tell, seem to top out at about 70 miles an hour. So it's going to be a okay, there's the checkpoint. It's going to be a bit of a faff to try and I was going to say to try and escape from him. I'm not going to escape from him. However, if he tries to stop me, he's just going to get booped out of the way fairly severely, and so it doesn't really matter. There's not a lot he can do to stop me. Now, as we discovered in the previous attempt at this, there is one way that the hunters can stop me relatively effectively, and that is to get one of them in front of me and then shoot me through the windscreen. So Blue vehicles. Well, that's unexciting. It means everybody's now going to be in a blue vehicle, including all the hunters. They may well recolour their vehicles, so it'll be a little more interesting. But at least now I've got an interesting coloured vehicle, I suppose. So that's, I've got that much going for me. It makes me a little bit more obvious to the hunters as well, which is going to certainly be a thing. So I need to not drive in a straight line for too long, because the hunters are going to use that. How did I take the second checkpoint? That's very strange. I didn't take a second checkpoint. I don't know where that's gone. That's weird, but okay, we'll roll with it and just keep going. I also don't know where the hunters are at this point. I don't see any of them. So maybe that means I should go back to blending into traffic, should we say? No subtlety, more carnage, says chat. I like the way you think. But if I want proper carnage, I need to wait for the hunters to catch up with me. So yeah, we'll wait a moment. At this light here. There's still a blue car over there behind me, following me. So that must have come. Oh, there's a green light. Let's go. More carnage, yes. More carnage doesn't sound good. I thank you for the congratulations on the Scandi flick. Yes, I was quite pleased with the way I managed to turn it around. It went well. All right, more carnage, you say? Let's just keep going then. Oh yeah, there's a green light as well. Perfect. and another green light as well. Hey, it was my priority. Get out of the way. Yeah, so I think having a nice... Yeah, but also having my vehicle stick out and be a nice, interesting colour, I think that's quite nice as well. I'm a bit confused that I haven't seen any hunters for a while, so I think I am going to slow down a bit and drive at sort of appropriate road speeds to give them a chance to catch up a bit. Because this game, I think I said this in an earlier run on this stream, if I just hoon around the city at flat out sort of speeds, trying to grab all the checkpoints as fast as I can, it doesn't make for a particularly interesting run. We want to have interaction between me and the hunters. We want me to be batting them around in my ludicrous truck, just to give the, to keep things exciting, really. And if they're not here, then I can't attack them. So we'll take. Oh, here comes Mike again. I think he has spotted me. Excellent. So now I can play with him, and one of them in blue as well. There's two of them haven't recoloured their cars. That's I mean, it's not cheating, yada yada yada, but it means I can't identify them and say, oh look, there's Tristan, or oh look, there's Astrid. that street light went a long way. Traffic lights went a long way rather. Right, that one's, I think is that pink or purple behind me? I honestly can't tell with these lighting without them being painted, without the cars being painted properly. But still, I'm not going to complain because okay, it's pink. Oh, we've got two of them now. Excellent. Round the corner there. Sorry about that, pedestrian. Oh dear, there's an SUV in the way. There's always an SUV in the way. There's an SUV joining in the attacks on me. That's just, how dare he? Obviously some kind of concerned citizen thing. Right, let's get out of here. One of them has stopped. Is probably hopping out and trying to start shooting and stuff like that. So, oh, Safir has died. I don't know why, but he has. Well done there. So now I need to get down to Burton. I don't really know where Burton is, but fortunately there's a ping on the map to tell me roughly where to go. Now I've got Tristan behind me now. Now Tristan's going to be doing the very, very sensible thing of trying to stay out of trouble because if he follows me, he can tell the rest of the hunters where I am. But if I manage to crush him, then he can't so well. So yeah, he wants to try and stay reasonably out of trouble. Now I can't actually crush him quite as effectively as I would like to, but I can sort of squash him a little bit against a building. And if I do, then that's going to be quite bad for his vehicle. Where is he? Okay, there are two of them behind me. And let's make a run for it. See how far away from them I can get before they inevitably, or see how long I can stay away from them before they inevitably catch up. Corner, miss up tree. Yes, but I've missed it. Excellent. I think I might have taken that corner about as well as the Pantos are capable of taking it. Once I get it moving, this truck does have a little bit of a turn of speed. Not enough to actually get away from the hunters, of course, but it also doesn't stop very easily once it starts moving. So, you know, and there we go. Tristan got a little bit stuck on the street light I knocked over. Excellent. That's a tree, though. Trees don't move. Let's take the opportunity to go in the other direction. And you know what? Let's sneak through an alleyway, just because it's there. Obviously, all of these things are going to help me lose the hunters until I drive headlong into a wall because the truck just does not steer. 3-point turn out the alleyway. Take a few little chunks here and there off Mike's car. That was always a good thing. Oh, he's still coming though. Those chunks were apparently not vital, not structural chunks. Structural chunks. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. Am I going to miss the trees? I am going to miss the trees. Excellent. I was actually leaning in my seat there. You can't tell because my webcam isn't on, but yeah, I was leaning in to try and encourage the truck to get around the corner. Oh, and there's Safir as well in the red. And here, there's the checkpoint, but I'm not sure I can actually make this now, especially not when there's a Panto nibbling at my rear like that. So I'm going to just carry on through here and swing round and attempt to take it again. So if I come through here, sorry pedestrian, I didn't actually mean to run you over, it just sort of happened. Go through round here. Now, should we go through? Let's go through the shopping centre just because it's going to be a bit crowded and cramped and stuff. And then as I come out the other side here, the hunters are probably going to have guessed by this point that the checkpoint is somewhere around here because I'm definitely haunting this area. So that means I better grab it quickly and then get out of here Because otherwise they're going to set up some snipers. Uh-oh, that sounded like a tyres bursting checkpoint effect. Yes, I think... Fortunately, I have a large number of tyres. However, yeah, I can feel the vibrations of my controller. I have fewer tyres than I would like to have. Some of them, at least one of them has been taken out by that. And I'm not surprised, given that I've got either 6 or 10, depending on how the game counts them. I think the back wheels might count as 1 tyre each, even though they're dualies. Yeah, and yeah, we go. I can hear. I think front right. Yeah, there we go. Front right tyre is gone. So I'm getting constant controller vibrations. But to be honest, it's not slowed me down any, because I think this vehicle is rear wheel drive, and it already wasn't very good at steering. So again, it doesn't really matter. So let's just go straight off here. Tristan will of course follow me, because I mean I'm not gonna lose him. I do sort of want to lead him on a bit of a merry. Oh god, cornering is difficult. Is difficult. That did not work as I wanted it to. A left turn's any better? No, it's just cornering. Corners are difficult, and I say difficult. Corners are even more difficult. If we go in here, then I will hit the street furniture. Let's do that, because otherwise I'd end up pointing back the same way and probably get in trouble with Tristan. Oh no, he didn't get out of his car. Okay, that's probably sensible, given there's only one of him around at the moment. Okay, I think it's now probably, given the state of my truck, I think it's probably time I went for the last checkpoint. Now the problem is, we have this thing in the game called the final hunt. And the idea of the final hunt is for the prey to prove that they didn't just sneak a checkpoint whilst in a chase, and they have to actually escape from the hunters. Now this is not going to be practical for me, unfortunately, because I'm in a truck. So I think I'm probably going to have to ditch it in the sea in order to escape, which is unfortunate. Oh, I was going too fast to take the checkpoint. You have to be nearly stopped to take a checkpoint, and I was not nearly stopped at all. So I think we're just going to go around here again. Now, the problem here is they might have worked out that I'm wanting to take a checkpoint there. So I kind of, if I go around here, I might find some bullets waiting for me. Let's try it anyway, because I do need to take a checkpoint. There we go. Okay, so I have taken the final checkpoint, and we now have the final hunt. That means I need to escape from the hunters. This is not going to be practical, because the hunters are in faster cars than I am, and I've lost a front tyre, therefore am very, very not steerable. So I think what I'm going to have to do is do the traditional ditch it into the sea trick, which is not my favourite way of finishing escaping from a chase, because it's a little bit dull. But in this particular instance, I can't think of any other ways to escape. I need some sort of. Actually, you know, we could do the. Are there any other shenanigans I can do? You see, they can't really stop me. And if they come alongside like that, then I can sort of push them out of the way and make them have an issue. What if there is one other trick I might have up my sleeve though? Before I try the ditch it in the sea trick, let's try the jump of an arbitrary distance trick. Let's try the boop persistent into the wall there trick first, actually. But yeah, round. Okay, so I need to. What I want to do is I want to get onto the highway. Ooh, I could try what I did against Tristan earlier that allowed me to lose him, where he didn't see me go over this jump here. Now they're right behind me, so they're going to have spotted that. But I don't have the control authority to. Okay, well, at least one of them has followed me over. I saw bits of car raining down. Yes, that was Mike by the looks of it. I've missed the jump of arbitrary distance. However, I have some distance on them. I might be able, if I actually pull off an escape without doing a sea dump, I should be very, very impressed with myself. Oh, and Mike has exploded as well. Am I actually free without? I'm not going to call ditch it in the sea cheating, but it's not. I mean, it's not the best of ways to escape. It's a perfectly valid tactic. Oh, I see a red light behind me. I'm going to try turning here. I've got quite a bit of distance on them, so maybe if I sneak through some of these roads, because all I need to do is get a good healthy distance away from them for a while, and they will all explode and I will have won. And if I can win, if I can escape from them in this truck, I will be so happy. I'll be so happy. I don't see them at the moment. Am I going to actually pull this off? Maybe. Because they don't have any... Get out of the way. They don't have any clues as to where I am at the moment. So they're just guessing as to where I might have driven. And I've deliberately not done the point north and go straight out of... There we go. Point north and head straight out of the city thing. Because it was too obvious. I deliberately drove this way. So yeah, that worked. I'm really pleased with myself for getting away from them there. So thank you very much for watching this rather weird manhunt. That's been a lot of fun. We're going to have to do more silly things like this in the future, I think, because that was entertaining. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Being persistent, I know exactly what you mean.
That was. I'm so happy I got away from you.
Who, me?
No, all of you. That I completed the final hunt without doing the ditch it in the sea trick.
So you went north from Multicolor Car Park, then you went east. Where did you go from there?
I wiggled back and forth a little bit until I got onto Hollywood Boulevard or Vinewood Boulevard, and then just all went up past the golf course, and then along Vinewood Boulevard from there. So just more lots and lots of east. I thought I saw you just as I came off the highway, and so I took a couple of extra corners to try and make sure I wasn't leaving myself visible as best as I could anyway.
I think a lighting pole fell down that you when you took the corner, and I got stuck on the lighting pole.
Oh, nice. I saw that happen a few times actually. I noticed I took Tristan out with a street light at one point as well, much earlier on. Or at least I knocked it over and he got tangled up in it, which was amusing.
Yeah, I think you got me a bit like that as well once.
Okay. Yeah, the truck is quite good at just ploughing straight through all of the street furniture and not caring. The Pantos are, of course, the exact opposite. Yeah, I was convinced I wasn't going to be able to get away without doing ditching it in the sea. But I wanted to try. Actually, my original plan was to go over the jump on the one that everyone refers to as my favourite jump, where on the highway where you can land in about 3 or 4 different places. As a way of getting rid of some of you, but I didn't need it in the end.
I mean, you go over it relatively slowly. We'll just keep going because we don't stop in those vehicles.
Well, the point being that if you don't know what speed I've gone over it at, you don't know which of all of the bridge bits I'm going to land on.
With the low weight vehicles, it doesn't matter. We're going for the long one.
Yeah, but if I then manage the medium one, then I lose you.
Yeah, but yeah, we don't have much of a choice because our vehicles will not come back down again.
Oh, I see. So you're saying your vehicle, even if you went over it slowly or relatively slowly, you'd still go a long way.
Really slowly.
Okay. I mean, that's not how real world physics works, but I could believe it's how GTA physics works.
After you were playing with me like a football, my car had lost enough weight that it was virtually weightless.
Yep.
Right.
I could barely move.
I did take every opportunity I could to bat your cars around, just because that's the whole point, and it's funny.
Yeah.
And I was quite amused when my vehicle got turned into an obnoxious blue colour, just to make it stand out even more. Right, that was fun. I feel like we should probably not do another one of those because it might get a little bit samey. Could do a rainbow run though, just because that's a bit different.
Oh, I have to remember how to do that.
Oh.
It's probably fine.
I mean, I don't mind doing another one of these.
Okay, I'm happy to do another one. As you say,
because it's always a chase, you know.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, there's a lot more entertainment there. Peter says, "Well done. They should be ashamed of themselves for failing to keep track of a bright cyan truck." Oh, in that case, if we're going to do another truck one, then I won't bother changing clothes. It's not worth it.
I don't know if we even ID'd you in that.
This time I was wearing slightly more suitable clothing for driving a truck. In the first one, I was a black guy in a suit, which just didn't feel quite right because I don't think many people wear a suit to drive a truck. This guy looks a little bit more appropriate.
Holy shit!
I'm trying to find the oh, that one. Yeah. Okay. I'll give you a different one this time.
Oh, a different truck. Okay.
Yeah.
Setting.
You'll approve.
Peter thinks you need to document your code more carefully. Okay, Mark. Well, good night. Thank you for joining. And this is why you shouldn't
Night, Mark.
talk to chat and
Mark.
drive.
It's nothing to do with code documentation. It's I haven't used this for ages.
So you have to read through the code to find the right bit of it. Oh, well,
I would
that's
have to,
Panther.
yeah, and I haven't opened the code.
Dude, I just ran into my vehicle and it just fell apart.
Oh wow. Okay.
I assume you approve.
Yeah. I'm happy with this.
I sense I'm not going to approve.
It'll be funny.
So what do we have? What do we have? 3 dots on the map now?
Those are the cars that just spawned in.
You should have a red one that is your car. There should be the yellow one that's roughly where Laurence is. You shouldn't have any others.
I have 3 yellow dots on my map.
Okay. That means I should probably restart the game mode, but it probably doesn't really matter for this. Yeah.
Right.
Mike, if you want to kick him out.
Yep.
Hello everyone and welcome to Laurence Plays for a rather silly Manhunt checkpoint because I have a ramp truck. This is we're playing the mode where I have a truck, a large vehicle, and all the hunters are in the Pantos, the smallest car in the game. So the idea behind this is that I can basically treat them like footballs and just bat them around when they get in the way. But other than that, it's pretty much the standard game where I have to drive around the city and try and take the checkpoints. They have to try and stop me, and basically the only way they're going to be able to stop me is by getting in front of me, predicting where I'm going, and being ready with a and being ready with a gun to shoot me through the windscreen because the truck is otherwise basically bulletproof. The truck is bulletproof. I'm not. So yeah, there are 5 checkpoints around the map. I will bimble around and try and take them. I don't think Tristan has realised quite how fast this truck is, so I'm quite deliberately driving it quite slowly. Mike has come to join in the fun as well. So yeah, I don't want them to realise how much faster than the previous truck I was using this one is until I am ready to shenanigan them a little bit more thoroughly. Boop. So this is even more effective at knocking the Panthers over than the previous vehicle was, than the normal truck, the truck without the massive great snowplow on the front. And this one also is even better at, well, doing that. However, trees are still going to be my nemesis. I can tell this already. There we go. Chuck another. The funny part about this, actually, is going to be not just that I can chuck the Panthers around, it's going to be that I can chuck other cars around as well. So I can drive into this one. And there's a fairly high chance it's going to become a problem for somebody else. Also, Safir is going to be. I'm going to become a problem for Safir too. So yeah, this is overkill. This is wonderful. This is going to be very silly. I essentially don't have to worry about other cars. I can just drive through everything, and yeah, wreck everybody's day. Now, okay, the hunters are still behind me. That's all right then. I was a little bit worried that I might have managed to lose them because. If I lose the hunters, that's no fun. Oh, Tristan has just exploded all of his own accord. Well done there. Safir has gone to explore a nearby car park. Oh, I've got a horn. I forgot about that. Right, I need to head up this way into the hills. Hello, Safir. Welcome. And try and grab the checkpoints because that is the point of the game. There are checkpoints for me to take, and so I probably should, even if I'm having a bit too much fun. Stopping in the checkpoints is a little bit tricky. However, I've turned around. Stopping in the checkpoints is a little bit tricky because this truck is so damn heavy. But never mind. Okay, so I shall now head back out into the city and try and get to the next one. Whoa, I'm on top of another car. That's not supposed to happen. How dare you? You should go to the sky, sir. That's it. And I missed Tristan because I don't have the maneuverability. Okay, I have Astrid on my tail. Can I cause her to have an issue? Yes, I apparently can. Interesting. It seems the ramp truck can outbrake a Panto. That's quite funny. Assuming she wasn't just trying to drive into the back of me. I mean, who knows? I don't even know where I'm going. Where is Rancho? It sounds like it's probably down in the industrial area somewhere. I was going to go and I was trying to go and try and ram her there. Obviously, it didn't work very well. Let's come off here. Boop. Ooh, where am I going? I'm going here. Filling the road. Insult to injury anyone? Right. Let's continue. And if I swing out this way, I can then probably make this jump as well. And the Pantos don't seem to be very good at dropping off things. I'll have to remember that for next time I'm just using a normal truck. This one, as I say, has a bit of an unfair turn of speed, I think. So I don't know. I don't want to just put my foot down because I think I'd lose them very, very quickly. And that's sort of not the point. I think, as I say, I think Tristan didn't realise quite how fast the ramp truck is when he gave it to me. So I'm trying to behave myself a little bit and only do about. Actually, that said, the other truck I was driving was capable of about 60, 70, and I'm only doing 50 at the moment. Ah, here comes Astrid again. Or persistent. I never know which to call her. Oh, and Mike has exploded. I would like to know why. I'll let over this car here. So actually, there she is. I think it's time to bully her a little bit. I don't think I can. I haven't got the turning circle. Let's try and run away instead. Yeah, so this truck seems to be capable of about 90, and it accelerates quite hard to get there. So I think it might need a nerf if we're going to use it too seriously. Let's find out. Yeah, about 90. That's a bit too quick for something this lumbering. It's a bit too quick for the sort of game we're trying to play with. Them, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna after doing that speed test, I'm going to turn around and go back the other way. And she's still with me, so I don't feel too bad about that. The acceleration and top speed are quite good. The braking is absolutely shocking, which is definitely the downside of this truck. I think you're right, Peter. Yes, the random explosions whenever Mike blows up is probably because he has reduced the weight of his car a little bit too far. Oh, we've got the blue effect again. So now I have a bright cyan ramp truck. Oh, I saved her. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just left her. Oh no, she blew up. That's all right then. Or she got out of the car. I'm not quite sure, but it looks like the car was wrecked anyway, which is what matters at this point. All right, I need to get to Vinewood Hills now. I've got Tristan behind me. It's too tempting. Right, what's the funniest way to get to Vinewood Hills? It's just the obvious way is just to drive in this sort of general direction. I'm considering going in the storm drain. Oh, there's another. I see reinforcements coming up behind me. I could do a lap of squares just for the hell of it. That would amuse me. I don't know if it'll amuse them, but it'll amuse me. Let's do a lap of squares with the throttle wide open, just because I want to see how fast this truck actually is. Well, I want to see how fast I can do it, basically. And then once I get all the way round, I'll go up and into the tunnel and then go up onto the highway. Oh, they're shooting. Yeah, that would do that. Possibly unwise to sort of showboat like that because there's a risk of them shooting at me. Well, very much like that, in fact. Now, if the shots come from behind, then I'm perfectly safe because the back of the truck is bulletproof. If the shots come from in front, oh, I can't get up there because I've got a big spike on the front of my truck. All right, that's not going to work then. So I'll go this way instead then, I guess. Right, I'm going to try and limit my speed to 60 miles an hour, I think. Probably. Until I get overexcited and just squeeze the trigger hard. Because I feel like anything, and much more than that, and it's just a little bit unfair on the hunters. They're going to have struggle to... yeah, they're just going to... I could probably lose them in this truck, I suspect. I think it might be faster than the Pantos. It's worse in the corners. I don't want to go on there. Definitely worse in the corners. Whee! Nicely held, sir. Yeah, it's definitely worse in the corners, and it's abysmal at braking. But in a straight line, it's quite quick. Oh no! This is actually up in the proper hills. Oh, this is going to be difficult because it's going to get very, very tight and cramped up there, and I might get caught on things. This could be difficult. This is either going to be difficult, or it's just going to be very, very messy for the Pantos. We shall see, I guess. Yeah, they're following me, not surprisingly. They kind of ping. Ping for you as well. Then you don't ping quite as well. Yeah, so I've got at least 2 of them right behind me there. How far up in the hills do I have to go? Crikey. Oh yeah, I was trying to limit my speed a bit, wasn't I? Tristan has had a bad day, TM. They're going to be wondering where on earth I'm going at this point. To be honest, I'm wondering where on earth I'm going as well. Okay, there it is. Yeah, of course, right behind me. Ooh, that was convenient. That was a really handy checkpoint effect, thank you for that. Although if Tristan had had a bit more warning from the hunters, he might have been able to turn around and... Oh, I'm going too fast. Brakes. There we go. Oop, bonk. Oh, we're on number 4. Where's that? Oh, all the way back down to Rancho again. That wasn't even me. That was the hunters taking each other out. Okay, that might be the new funniest bit. Oh, maybe closely followed by wrecking Safir there. Oh, just missed him. Tristan is gone. I love it. You don't even need the Pantos. Sorry, you don't even need the ramp truck to cause the Pantos to have a bad day sometimes. What have we got? Where are the hunters? There. Okay, we've got one of them right behind me. That's no fun. It's no fun when there's only one of them, because they all get really shy and they don't want to play with me when there's only one of them. So. Bing, bong, bang. Whee! Tree. Uh-oh. This could be problematic. Oh, no, I've escaped. It's alright. Right, you know what? I'm going to go and try and find the storm drain, because I think driving down the storm drain is going to be an entertaining way to do this. So there it is. How do I get down into it? Probably off the edge of here. Storm drain. Pop. Now, getting back out of it might be interesting, but for now, well, we have a storm drain. Well, they're plinking bullets off the back of my truck. That ain't going to do them any good. I'm not supposed to drive this fast. My bad. Can I? No. I was going to say, can I smash into the? Can I knock the abandoned cars out of the way, or are those just, or do they count as scenery? Nope, they're equally boopable. Excellent. Ramming speed. Whoosh. Oh, they don't fly into the air quite satisfyingly as player cars do. Oh, They've overshot. They're going for setting up sniping points. That's a problem. Let's go out here because that's a danger. I did say that basically the way they can take me out is by getting ahead of me and then shooting from ahead. And Tristan was doing really quite well at that. And if I hadn't noticed him then, then I'd have been in real trouble. So yeah, good tactical thinking there. Just a shame he got spotted. He was even flying up the other side of the storm drain then, so yeah. Right, there's the it's on the next road over. That's not a problem. I can find my way though. Somebody just got sent to space by an AI. Go back and find them. I seem to have lost them. It's just no fun. Where'd he go? Hello? Anyone here? Let's go onto the major road here. There's the checkpoint. I don't see any hunters to play with though. Well, I guess I'd better go for the checkpoint. I think I might have forgotten a few times how fast the truck was and just been going faster than I said I wanted to try and limit myself to. So I'll oop, is that shootings? I think it might have been. Ping. Where are they? I want to play. Now I have to get to Del Perro. That's over by the pier, I think. So it's quite a long drive, but well, maybe we'll have some company on it to keep things keep us happy. I think for this we probably need a much smaller circle, or possibly something that just tells the hunters exactly where I am. Because the point is, we want to keep them with the prey. We don't want to be losing them. So yeah, this part of it isn't really how things are supposed to be going. We want the silly little soap blob cars to be the little football cars to be around, so I can play with them and send them flying and send them to space and that sort of thing. And try and go the correct way here as well. That'd be good. Oh, there's one. Oh, there's another truck. Let's send that to space as well. In fact, you know what? I could switch to that truck. That might be amusing. Are the hunters here? Nah, they're too close by. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. If I get out, if I'm not in a truck, I can be shot at, and that's bad for me. So it would have been amusing to switch to a different truck, but probably not not tactically sound, should we say? The hunted has indeed become the hunter. How the turntables. Oh, here comes Tristan. Let's knock some of these over, see if one of them will take him out. Nope, he's still with me. I haven't managed to street lamp him. I do like the basically unstoppable nature of this truck. I say basically unstoppable, and there's proper scenery will still bring you to it immediately to a crashing halt. The trees are, as ever, completely indestructible. But street lamps are they're not a big deal, should we say? Let's go jousting. So maybe my plan here is just scatter. There was an upside down. No, it wasn't Tristan. I saw an upside down car and hoped, but no, it wasn't him. So we'll take that out like that. He's getting quite good at dodging me. He's learnt my game now, and he's trying to dodge all this furniture I throw at him. So as I say, sometimes you get brought to cropper by the slightly tougher thing. These trees, for example, those will completely stop me if I hit them. Oh, accelerated too hard again. where are all the rest of them? It's very, very quiet around here, apart from, the occasional crash and bang of me taking out other cars. Oh, there's one. Oh, she dodged me. The sod. That was a very nearly a very good ambush, to be fair. I'm quite impressed. So the last checkpoint is just down the hill from here. Let's go round. Let's go down here and head towards it. I think this run, entertaining though it has been, has probably reached a logical ending point now. Yeah, it is kind of absurd. Yes, that is very much the point of all of this. I'm on the wrong side of the road. They are unlikely to be able to stop me. Although if they do manage to get somebody ahead of me, they certainly can. But yeah, it's making me smile anyway. Oh, there go the tyres again. And that has apparently limited my speed to about 60-ish. Maybe a little bit more, actually, if I stay accelerating for a bit longer. Have I lost any front tyres? I can't tell. Yes, I have. Okay. This is going to be a little bit more challenging. This is going to be a bit challenging. To be honest, actually, this makes it a little bit more even. What is that? Oh, it's panicking and lost tyres, right. This is going to make it a little bit more even and perhaps a bit fairer. So we've still got Tristan behind me, who doesn't seem to be having any tyre-related issues. I'm having controller vibrating-related issues, as you might be able to tell from my voice when I press the thing against my chest. So yeah, I'm now still essentially unstoppable, but I'm also uncontrollable, which is even worse from my point of view. So I've got Tristan. Mike just went to did a front flip from hitting some street furniture. Tristan has wisely driven around and knocked over lampposts. I gave him too much training in that earlier, clearly. Oh, that was a big jolt. Turn. There we go. Right, now, where do I go from here? Oh, I could go onto the highway. We discovered that earlier that smart cars aren't very good at dropping neatly. Although Tristan seems to most... I was going to say kept it under control. He did a 180 and then had to recover from it. But also, I'm doing quite lots of also having to try and recover. I saw an orange car, thought it was Mike, but no, that's not the Panto, so it's not. Let's come off here because, again, it's a drop that Pantos don't seem to be very good at, and it gives me the opportunity to do something maybe unexpected, like turning up here. At this point, I don't know what it's down to. I saw Tristan come out over there, but I can't tell whether he's still behind me or not. Whoop. Scrape, crunch, crunch, scrape, scrape, crunch. So, I don't know if Tristan has followed me. I feel like staying on the highway is not the right thing to do. Oh no, I saw someone come over the wrong side of the highway. That's probably him. Lumber over to here, and then round this way. I think I'm going to struggle to get away, much in the same way I did in a previous run, actually. So this time I've now got the I don't have the speed advantage I had before, because without the tyres the truck is significantly slower, and also still a lumbering beast which is hard to control. So at this point I feel okay with driving essentially as fast as I can, which is 90 miles an hour downhill apparently. So actually that might give me a chance. Nobody's keeping up with me. Smack a few things out of the way. Yes, I'm going in a dead straight line because I've lost some tyres. But I do still only have one hunter on me, so I've got, at least that is on my side. I don't know what's happened to the rest of them. We have been very, very short on hunters recently. I've seen them a little bit, I guess, but yeah, it seems to be fairly quiet, and Tristan's got up to me a bit. So at this point, Tristan is going to be giving them a running commentary of where I am. So in theory, the other hunters will be trying to catch up, and they may be catching up. The problem is I'm probably driving at about the top speed that they're capable of in their silly little Panto things. But if I keep changing direction like this, then they're going to get a certain amount of potentially ability to cut the corners off things. Also, I don't know if they're able to get new Pantos when they wreck theirs. Presumably they are, because I'm sure we've had quite a few deaths, and maybe Tristan's just been spawning them back in for them. To keep them always in the right vehicle. Yeah, this isn't going particularly well for me. Let's give him another street light to play with. Whoa! Slide, and stuck, and problems. I probably should have attacked him, but I'm not sure I have the manoeuvrability. I feel like it's like trying to swat a fly. If this, I saw one. I think I saw Safir going flying past over there. It's like trying to swat a fly. As soon as I try and hit him, he's going to dodge out of the way, and his reactions and dodging abilities are going to be so much better than mine. At least I don't have to worry about cross traffic though, unlike him. So this, plowing through cross traffic like this, might be an effective way for me to get away. Especially as on this sort of downhill run like this, I have a certain amount of momentum, and I can get the truck to a decent level of speed. Yeah, you see, I've got a bit of a gap on him now, but there doesn't seem to be as much traffic anymore as I need. So it's become a bit harder. Yeah, he's still right behind me, and I'm pretty sure he's gaining on me. Okay, turns out I am not faster than the Panto in a straight line. And I lost half my speed going around that corner. Let's try not lifting on this one. Can I take this corner flat? Yes, I can. Especially if I drive through all the paraphernalia. And the paraphernalia is, in theory, what's going to make it harder for Tristan as well. As I say, oh, that's a wall. I thought the gap was there. Oh, see, he can dodge me, and without too much difficulty as well. So, there is always the ditch the car in the ocean trick, where I go like down there somewhere, or down this road here, and off at the end of it, and jump off into the sea down there. And that probably would be quite an effective way of getting away from the hunters, because I could either swim over to the airport or over to the beach, and from there it's difficult for them to try and track me down and catch me. It feels unimaginative and boring though, so I don't really want to do that. Ha! Bumping one of them into a fuel station would be very funny. Very, very difficult, I suspect, but also very, very funny. There's a fuel station. You see, Tristan has the sense to try and stay away from me whenever I try and get near him. He has that slight manoeuvrability advantage over me that we mentioned earlier. But he's doing very well at dodging all of these cars. I'm very disappointed. Whoa! That's not supposed to happen. Ramped myself. I'm not even sure how. Chase, 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 chase! I don't think I'm going to be able to... Yeah, he is still slightly faster than me, ignoring all the manoeuvrability bonuses he's got. But I'm going to chase him anyway. Actually, I probably shouldn't do this, because he's going to tell the others that I'm chasing him. They're going to set up an ambush for me, and I'm going to find lots of bullets coming my way. So, I'm going to go this way. I hope he doesn't notice. Yeah, there we go. You see the bullet... Oh! Where did that come from? Oh, over there. Oh, that was a very good shot. And, yeah... I suspected chasing him was a bad idea, but it was funny, so I couldn't help myself. I had a feeling that chasing might be a bad idea, but it was funny enough that I couldn't help it.
Yeah. Yeah, didn't realise, but conveniently had Safir to my right, who I was trying to lead you towards, and Astrid to my left at that junction.
Oh no! If I'd bailed at a different junction, then, but yeah, who knows? Who's to know? So the ramp truck turns out it's quite quick,
and it's disposing of all the vehicles in front of it.
And yeah, the cars in front just don't matter to it.
Mm. But yeah, I was until that last checkpoint took my tyres out. I was trying very, very hard to not use the full speed of the truck. It just didn't seem fair. I think it might actually have been faster than the Pantos.
Should we test that? Because I'd be curious to know.
Yeah, okay. Because the truck that I used in the first run had a maximum speed of about 70, I think. When it got a good run down a nice straight piece of road, it could get up to about 70. And I think the Pantos topped out at about 80, maybe 90, just from observing them. The ramp truck definitely was capable of 90. I think it might have been capable of more.
Okay. Yeah, if you teleport to the airport, then
okay.
Just /TP.
Yeah.
Basically anything.
Okay. Yeah, Persistent is an alarmingly good shot. I blame it on the ridiculous amounts of Overwatch she's played.
Uh-huh.
My ramp truck.
Right, does someone else want to come and join in? We've got 3 vehicles here to test.
My /TP isn't doing anything.
You need to put something after it.
Space something. Airport is just the default if you don't give it a valid thing.
There we go.
Tristan's using it. Okay, somebody come and choose a vehicle.
I'm in a Panto. Oh,
Don't kick the Panto.
Would you like a new one?
yes, please.
I want a new Panto. This one's on fire.
I just walked into it.
Listen, science is necessary.
Oh yeah, you need to line up with the front of my prong, don't you, rather than the...
I'm going to back up a little. I'm on the light. Oh. Do you want to get a flare gun out, Mike? And fire it that stuff. Mike?
There you are, Persistent. There's a Ripley. Is it literally just flare?
I think it's flare gun.
I got a flare.
He's dropped the flare. Does that mean I should have gone?
That was not...
Alternatively, you lob a flare out of the front and we all go when it hits the ground.
Okay, that works.
Okay, right, I got a flare gun this time.
Okay. So as soon as he fires, or
yeah, as soon as he
when
fires.
it lands? Okay.
Okay.
You just getting into a position where somebody's going to want to drive into you. Sorry.
On your marks. Get set. Go!
It's a little faster, yes.
Yes.
Then the Panto pulls ahead of the hauler. He is keeping up, though.
That's true, actually, yeah. I am still accelerating, although... Right, 95. I'm running out of runway.
Well, I'm doing 140 kph.
I'm doing 150. And it's a corner.
Ah!
Yeah, so the
Also doing about 70.
the ramp truck is intended as a comedy vehicle rather than as a sensible one. So
Yeah.
there's a bus. I don't remember there being a bus in the race. Yeah, the ramp truck is intended as a comedy vehicle, so it's a bit over the top in every possible way. Boop. 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 Aeroplane. What are you doing there? Bad aeroplane.
Oh god.
I was trying to help it take off, go, honest. Oop. There's no chance of me actually catching Safir though, I don't think. I was...
Oh jeez.
Maybe I will. Ooh, do you think I can take out the 747?
Go for it.
I can carry it.
It's
I
a
can't
scary
flip it.
thing. Oh no.
I'm slightly on fire and my car won't move.
Yeah, it will.
Oh no, Ash just came to finish me off.
Whee!
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
I'll put you the right way up again. There we go. Oh, Tristan got the ramp
Of course,
car.
this is the option for the higher performance version.
Oh, so ramp car beats ramp truck in the contest of ramps. Actually, we might have to try this one. Oh, also, somebody hold my fuel tank somehow. My
Slash fix is unlocked if you need to repair.
Okay. I did wonder why you weren't running out of cars. And whether you were just spawning new ones in.
I'm down the other end of the runway if you want to test which one wins.
Oh, there we go. Fix this now worked. Okay, I'm heading up the runway.
I'm on the centre line.
Somebody's got an aeroplane.
Can't think who that'd be. Pete.
Neither of us won.
Oh. I think I won. Oh. I so nearly did a 720-degree barrel roll and landed on my wheel. In fact, I did land on my wheels, but I still had some angular momentum and then flipped over afterwards.
Oh, only 720 degrees?
Yeah. Have you any idea how big this thing is? Each of my degrees is like 10 of your degrees.
I don't know what the slam truck's called, resistant, or is it just slam truck?
Sorry.
That one.
Oh, that one. Is it actually a ramp on the back of it?
I believe so, yes, but you probably need more clearance than some of us have.
Yeah, I was going to say also, I don't feel it would work because you'll get no mating.
I have a hat.
This is where the game just devolves into playing Robot Wars, isn't it? I feel like where the oh, explodes. I feel that where the ramp car is slightly more elegant and actually goes underneath things. The ramp truck just motions boots them out, bats them out of the way.
Yeah.
Trying, it's not working. Oh, that might help.
There you go, you got some height now.
Yeah, kind of. No, she just turned turtle. Oh, thank you. I was wondering how I was going to turn around.
What's the biggest plane you can spawn?
Oh, there is an absolutely
The jet,
massive
I think.
one. There's a
Or
self-transport jet, isn't there? I swear I saw somebody get out of that and stand on it just before I hit it, but I didn't get a death message, so... Axe.
This one's fairly big.
I can actually drive.
Smaller than
Oh,
747 was.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Yeah.
There's
I like
an
this one.
there's an absolutely massive one, and
That one? That's also not very big.
what is this? Oh, it's the upside down carcass of one that blew up earlier, right?
who shot me?
I blame Pete.
I mean, it says you died, so I think that means no one.
Well, I mean, someone shot the jet I was in before I died.
No, that's not the right button. Ow.
My game's frozen.
Mine froze briefly and then thawed out.
Okay, yep. It unfroze and then froze again.
Wow. Yeah, I think that's only that's again the 747. I'm sure there's a transport plane.
This
what
one?
was, what was the really big one that the Russians blew up recently?
This one, Laurence.
Don't know.
Because it's big.
I need a vehicle to get around the airport in. Let's have another MX-5. I like MX-5s. And let's try not to accidentally get out of this one this time. What I was trying to do was put the headlights up like that. There we go. Oh, yes, that's the one. Yeah. I finally got within draw distance of it and it just appeared. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. That's the... Oh, actually, that one or the Vulcan. Whatever the Vulcan's called. Yikes. It's fair. So
Cargo
untidy.
plane 2 is similar size.
They're pretty hard to control.
Yeah, that looks... Oh, that's not cargo plane, it's another one. There is... I forget what the Vulcan bomber's called, but the Vulcan bomber is absolutely massive, I think.
It's not the Titan or the Bombushka. Because those are the two I spawned. Because they were the ones whose names I could remember.
Right.
There's
Is there a
one
name?
beginning with
It's
V,
a
I
name
think.
for the helicopters.
There's the Cargo Bob, which is like the Chinook. And my favourite, though, is the Frogger.
Cargo bomb.
Just random unfortunate explosions everywhere.
Oh yeah, this is nice.
I took off with
Elevated
basically no
weapon.
runway usage. That doesn't seem realistic.
Owned. I'm not quite sure how, but apparently owned.
Apparently. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
Although there is now fire coming out of the back of my ramp car. I say my ramp car, I think it might be Tristan's ramp car. I'm going to leave that. I've forgotten what the command to spawn in an X-Wing is. Is that the Vulcan? No, it can't be the Vulcan, it's not big enough. And it's also not triangular enough. I don't know what it is though. It looks Russian. Based on the text on the side of it. Am I going to regret getting in here? Ooh, swept wings. Let's have a quick Google for this. I noticed the Manhunt Live has stopped being Manhunt. So never mind.
I mean, in fairness, from memory, this is always how our sessions went, which is that after a couple of rounds, it just devolved into usually Pete and I shooting each other. So it's nice to have different people shooting each other.
Well, we should do a regular run again.
That one. We should do what run again, do you say?
A regular.
Oh, regular. Yes, that's a good idea.
Regular.
He's not here.
Oh, I've got to.
Ew.
So, there is an aeroplane in the hospital roof raining sparks down over the, well, everything. Also,
I might have accidentally spawned it, sorry.
Also, I've been given a panto for no apparent reason. Regular says he is here.
Oh. Okay, we can have a regular run then.
Oh, nice.
So you have to do everything he says, Laurence.
Uh-oh.
Oh, snap. You're in charge now.
Oh, snappers.
That is a large aeroplane. It doesn't seem to be armed though, which is a minor disappointment.
Quite a lot of the aeroplane armaments don't work in 5M.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to leave this here and for us to do a normal game mode where I've just left this Vulcan in the middle of the in the middle of Pillbox Hill. I should go and change my clothes if we're going to do an actual run, shouldn't I?
Do you actually want me to not clear everything? Or is that silly idea?
No, I think that's
I
actually a
think
silly
it would be
idea.
best to do so, to be honest.
I mean, most of the junk is going to be in the airport, but I think this is Ed's favourite character.
Quite high up in the air.
Sounds like the perfect time to start a run then. What happened to Pete? Did he have to go? Oh, well, obviously he had to go because he's not here anymore. But
We're not 100% sure is the
okay.
you always think.
Just let the magic smoke out.
Oh, okay,
He
fair
had
enough.
OBS
OBS
issues.
issues. Fair enough.
Oh, okay. I mean, he could have still played, but yeah, it would have meant we'd have been missing from the videos. And if he did anything particularly spectacular or impressive, he'd have missed out. Okay, I'm ready for a run.
I'm now skydiving from about 50,000 feet.
Yep, same. And
Well, if you're high enough, then you'll be okay.
that is how it works.
Chat says Peter's
So
gone
far,
back
so
to his
good.
Illuminati pyramid.
I was okay.
I was tempted to just wait until I got the death message. Oh.
Right. What should we do this time? Unfortunately, I no longer have a ramp truck for booping people out of the way, so I'm going to have to go and drive a normal car like a normal person. That's not ideal, but we'll do what we must because we can. It does, and also means that the hunters aren't all going to be in the silly little clown cars either. So yeah, it's a shame. Right, let's try and find something appropriate. So let's get back to sort of playing as I normally do. We'll start off with an SUV. I think that's a Habanero, which is a reasonable SUV. It's not a good SUV, but then that's pretty much a direct contradiction. We don't like it. SUVs aren't amazing. But we'll start off with this one. Actually, a box truck is sort of inherently quite funny. I'll give you that. But when they inevitably get spotted, it'll be dreadful. Hello?
No, just to let you know, we're restarting the game because of issues.
Okay. No problem.
Safir had too many checkpoints. Or too many of you.
Too many of me. Oh, lucky guy.
It should be good now, though.
Okay.
That's over.
Not that one. Not that one. These are all too good. In a bad area to choose a car. What are you? You're also too good. I don't want a good car. I want a bad car. For all of the previously mentioned... no, not you. You're a coupe. I'm not touching that one. Ah, you're the same coupe. Stop running me over. Ah! Why is everything a coupe? Ooh, that's an SUV. But I'm not going to be able to get to it before the light goes green, am I? No, especially since it's turning right on the red. Okay, this is a rather unfortunate start to the run, especially as I'm not very close, I don't think, to the checkpoint. I mean, it's tempting to just go there on foot for the comedy value, but this would be a very, very slow run if I did. So, actually, that'll do. Come here. Ow. Ow. Bad driver. Give me a car. Give me a car. Give me a car. There we go. So this is a ricotta. Sounds cheesy. Okay, so I'm going completely the wrong direction. Let's turn around and drive round my Voltic because I'm tidy. Right. So, hello everyone, welcome to Laurence Plays, and we're playing Manhunt Checkpoint again, which means I am being hunted by the hunters, the clues in the name there, and because this is Manhunt Checkpoint, I'm going out trying to get checkpoints, and there are going to be 5 of them around the map. I'll pick them up one at a time as I go, and if I manage to get all 5 of them and then escape from the hunters, then I'll win the game. If, on the other hand, they manage to catch me and kill me, then they win the game, so they're out there trying to stop me. If you see anyone in a brightly coloured, obnoxious car with coloured headlights and colourful underglow and so on, making them look as obvious as possible, then they are almost certainly going to be a hunter, and those are the people I'm watching out for. And we'll be able to identify them by their player colours when we see them. Although nearly everybody who's playing today is in some sort of shade of sort of reddish colours, I think. Not quite everyone, but I feel like a lot of them are. So anyway, yes, I have to get to the checkpoints. They're shown on my map, and I get a bit of a clue as to where they are as well, as you see at the bottom of the screen there. So I need to go quite a long way that way. I think La Mesa is the industrial area of Los Santos. So that's sort of way over in the eastern corner of the eastern side of the map. So I am playing with this live, so I have chat talking to me on stream, and I have a suggestion from Doopy. He's saying, why don't you use a bike? Because it'd be a bit faster. And yeah, I mean, in theory, I could take a bike. There are no rules against it, but bikes are a little bit awkward in GTA. So for one thing, they're a lot faster and they're fast, which is realistic. They're also very, very manoeuvrable, which is a bit unrealistic, to be honest. And that makes them incredibly good vehicles for the hunters. On the other hand, they're also extremely vulnerable. If you get driven into, or if you have a bit of an accident because you're trying to escape from a load of lunatic hunters, then it's very, very easy to fall off the bike and die horribly, or at least then get killed horribly by said hunters. So it means they're a vehicle that are very, very good for the hunters, but also rather bad for me. And so that means I don't really want to unlock them, because it means if I do, things are going to go badly for me. So I could use bikes, and in fact it's one of those things that maybe towards the end might be quite good because they are extremely powerful. But at the early stages of the game, I don't want to risk unlocking bikes for the hunters because they're very, very difficult to get away from. Having been on a racetrack, well, on the Nürburgring, which is effectively a racetrack, with bikes are very, very bad at cornering. So I think that I'd say the way they corner in GTA is kind of unrealistic. They have incredible acceleration in real life, yes, and often very, very good top speeds because they don't weigh anything. But they tend to be, they're not so good at cornering. The other big problem is, if I do take a bike, my character won't put a helmet on because player characters don't in the game mode we're playing at the moment. So it's it would again make me rather visible, and if I'm visible and vulnerable, that feels like a bad combination. There's Safir in a muscle car. That's an illegal vehicle, but more on that later when I get spotted and we get into a chase. Because yes, in theory, the hunters are only supposed to use vehicles that I've used, or vehicle classes that I've used, and I have not used a muscle car yet. So that means Safir might be going to get a nasty surprise if we get into a chase later. So at the moment, I'm just sort of wiggling my way through across the city. My general intention with this game is to play sort of fairly cautiously and sneakily, as I'm doing at the moment. Oh, you think I should use a push bike, not a motorbike, Doopy? Okay, that's very different. And yeah, I don't think they naturally spawn, unfortunately. That would be quite funny, but again, would have a lot of the disadvantages. In fact, it would have all of the disadvantages of a motorbike without the advantages of the speed and maneuverability. So probably not a good idea, but it would. I will admit, it would be quite amusing. So a nice suggestion. Yes, I have. I like to think I have a way with words. Oh no, that's not still a red light for me. I can't read traffic lights. Tumpty tumpty tum. And I know Mark is. No, I don't. I know Mike is around because I saw him driving off to the left there a moment ago. So we don't want to. We don't want to have an encounter with him when I've just run a red light, because that would be a bit too obvious. Now, if this light could turn green, I would appreciate it. I don't really want to spend the entire game parked here. It's a little bit dull. There are no hunters around, so you know for now I'm relatively safe. Ooh, there's a green light. I was not paying attention. Ooh, I want to be in the middle lane here. Actually, it doesn't matter which lane I'm in. And pull up here. Mike is driving around being suspicious of other cars at the moment, so that's all right. I'm going to pull a little bit closer to the line. There we go. Yeah, so I think he might have gone. That's even better, because now I've got a slightly freer to drive across the bridge here and make my way off down the down into the industrial area, and hopefully find that checkpoint that I'm going for, because it's been a bit of a drive so far, and yeah, there's not been very much excitement yet. So we'll. I mean, that's sort of a good thing from my point of view, because That's not my traffic light. Excitement means I'm probably going to be in trouble. I'm going to be attacked by the hunters. I'm trying to actually... Oh, and Astrid is driving an illegal vehicle as well, and so is Mike. Okay, everybody is in illegal vehicles. I think it might be worth just blowing the hunters all up for the sake of it at this point. Oh no, Safir's now got a legal vehicle by the looks of it. Mike is miking around all over the place. Unfortunately, he's heading off in the direction that I want to go in, which is a little bit unfortunate. There's a random NPC running down the middle of the road there. I think they've probably just had their car stolen and are following to see what's going on, but I think they're probably not going to find it. Mike is now coming back. This concerns me a little bit, especially as he's actually in my lane driving down. Okay, that was an encounter of the Mike kind, which I prefer to avoid if I can. Let's stop here. And I think I've given myself away. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know if I've given myself away. He's driving around and being suspicious. I'm driving a bit too fast as well, which is also suspicious. Yeah, he's following me. Time to get rid of him, I think. That's not the right button. I've forgotten how to play the game. There we go. So that's all the hunters blown up, except for Tristan. Happy with that. Let's try and get the camera back in the right place. There we go. So now I think it's probably justifiable for me now to go a little bit quicker and go down and take that checkpoint, because the hunters, well, they've all been a bit naughty, so I think I deserve a checkpoint for that. I will also need to change vehicles, because I've now given myself away, kind of. Well, you know what? I've driven a lot of these today. One more can't hurt. I mean, it can hurt. I might get in a lot of trouble with this because I won't be able to escape them when I inevitably get into a chase. But I'm going to drive it anyway. Okay, so now I need to get to Vespucci Canals. That's a bit of a trek. And this vehicle is going to be a bit out of place when I get there. But you know what? I'm going to use it at least for a moment because it's kind of funny. Let's try and pull up in the right place this time. Right about there. Okay, so I should probably talk a little bit about why Mike, Astrid and Safir all just blew up. So we have a rule in this game where there are certain classes of vehicle that are available from the start of the game. That's SUVs, compacts and sedans. So everybody has something they're allowed to drive and is just always available. But then also, if I drive any vehicle of any class, I can drive whatever I want. If I've driven a vehicle of that class, then the hunters are allowed to start driving it as well. If I haven't driven a vehicle of that class, then they're not allowed to, and they will randomly explode if I select that option in the game. Now Astrid there, as you can see, is now switched over to an SUV because she doesn't want to blow up again. That's probably very sensible. However, I'm in a truck, which makes me sort of vulnerable because I'm not particularly quick, but also quite tough and difficult to deal with, and also not very suspicious because the hunters don't expect me to drive trucks because they're not very good. They're not all that quick, as you can see by the rate I'm bombing down the highway at. This is the accelerator flat to the floor. And they're not very manoeuvrable, but they can take quite a lot of abuse and punishment. So if we do get into a chase, then they're going to have trouble stopping me, but I'm also going to have a lot of trouble getting away. And if I can't get away from a chase, then it's going to be very, very difficult for me to actually finish the game. Especially as most of the time, I don't really like taking checkpoints whilst I'm in a chase. I feel it's not quite the feel of the game that I want to go for. I am going to jump off here, which is not very subtle, but never mind, and just drive straight cross country like this, because I don't want to deal with the rather longer amount of time it'll take me to get to where I want to go. Now I think I can risk another car change here, because as I said, the truck is going to get me in trouble if I get spotted. So we'll drive an Oracle, Mike's favourite car. This is a coupe, so I've now unlocked another class of cars for the hunters. Unfortunately, it is probably the worst of the coupes. So it means I've unlocked some cars of some quite good, let's say medium tier cars for the hunters, whilst picking out the worst of that said medium tier for myself. So it's not ideal, but also it's a fairly subtle car. It's in a sort of greyish colour. It's night time. I'm okay with this. I think I can deal with an Oracle for the time being. I'm also quite close to the next checkpoint, so I'll be able to grab that, and hopefully there won't be too many hunters around while I try and take it. At the moment, things seem to be pretty quiet, and there's a bike pulled up right next to me. I don't like that. There's a sort of a thing with the AIs in this game where sometimes they'll do dumb things like pull up right next to other cars at lights like that. I think it's because they don't quite know what you're doing because you're a player, so they assume you're going to be unpredictable. So on the rare occasions when I actually try and obey the traffic laws, they don't quite know how to react, so they do stupid things like pulling up right next to you at traffic lights, which is a bit frustrating because it can give you away. Sometimes they behave themselves like this, even though I'm quite a long way back from the line, which is interesting. Ooh, there goes Safir. He's got a small SUV. That's allowed. Just because I've stopped driving them doesn't mean that is an AI driving up along the pavement for no apparent reason. The AI have some weird ideas sometimes. It's a little bit bizarre because you see a car doing something weird like driving up the pavement like that, and you assume it's a player, and then you realise there's no underglow on it, and I'm the only prey, so it can't be me. And yeah, it's a bit weird. Oh, and there's Tristan over there. Right, so let's play a little bit of where is the actual checkpoint of this along here. So I know it's just down there because I can see it on the map. Where is it in relation to that junction? Okay, so if I go round the junction and stop in a slightly suspicious place, then I'll be able to grab the checkpoint. Let's stop waiting for red lights because I am impatient. Oh no, oh dear, there's a mic. So if I come round here, stop at the line, take the checkpoint right in front of Mike. That was a mistake. I think I might have given myself away slightly there. Whoa! And a spin. Yeah, if I'd realised quite how close he was, I would have, or quite exactly where he was, then I'd have done things a little bit differently there. I wouldn't have grabbed the checkpoint. I'd have actually just carried on driving straight through it, and probably been all right and not spotted. To I've taken 2 of the checkpoints now at least, so that's good. We are now in a chase, so I'm going to turn the circle off in the hope that I can manage to lose Astrid somewhere up along here, because I have a faster car than she does, because I've upgraded to a coupe already, and the hunters probably won't have done yet, and if they have, then they'll be so far out of the chase, but due to having dropped back and done car changes, that I don't need to worry about them, at least not yet, not for a little while. So my intention here is to probably try and get round and get onto the, I was going to say get onto the highway here, but I can't, this isn't where I thought it was. Oh, actually this will do nicely. If I punch through this tunnel here, there's a car park there. I'm not being chased still, am I? No, I'm not. Okay. There is a car park along here somewhere. I think it's this. Yes, this one. Now, based on sort of how things usually go in this game, how my luck tends to go, there probably won't be any. No, there's no cars in the car park. Okay, so it's time to keep keep looking, try and find something else, something to change to. That's a sports car. I don't want to escalate that far yet. What are you? You're a terrible. I kind of need another coupe to keep the levels right, like that one. No, that's a sports car. It's a Buffalo. Take it back. What are you? Another Buffalo. Why is it Buffalo everywhere? Buffalo, 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 Buffalo. I'm taking a Buffalo. There's nothing else around. Hopefully, the hunters will not realise that a Buffalo is a sports car, because it's the least sporty looking of the sports cars, perhaps, but it is still quite a good car. This is the one, if you're familiar with single player, this is the one that Franklin has as his personal vehicle in the single player mode of the game. At least at the beginning of it. I can't remember what happens later on. Let's turn the circle back on again. Right, now I can carry on and start thinking about taking checkpoints again. So I don't believe in taking checkpoints too soon after turning the circle back on again, because that feels kind of unfair. The hunters need a bit of a chance to get from wherever they've ended up in the city while trying to find me back to where I am at the moment. Now those are both coupes, I think, or are they? Oh, I'm honestly not sure. Actually, I think that one at the front might be a sedan. That's the yeah. Let's take that, and then hopefully the hunters won't think of trying sports cars. Let's take this one, because I think this is the what's it called? Oh, it's another Oracle. I did not think that was an Oracle. Okay, well, never mind. I'm taking another Oracle. That was... yes, the S regular. That's right. Buffalo, 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 Buffalo. Exactly. Maze Bank Arena. Okay, that's fine. I can get down there. That's quite close now. That extra car change has now given enough time that I'm now not worrying too much about getting down to the next checkpoint too soon, because the hunters have had plenty of time to get themselves into this part of the city. That's another Oracle next to me. How did I not recognise this one as an Oracle? I don't know. I could take that. Oh, what's that? That's a Sentinel just there. That's probably a slightly better car. But then, do I want to go around changing cars all the time when there might be hunters in the area? Yes, I do, because the Sentinel is a better vehicle, and I've already used an Oracle, so, you know, this will be slightly more interesting.
Oh my god!
Also, I like convertibles, so got that as well. Let's pull through here then. I've stolen a car, therefore it's time to not be there. Okay, so the Sentinel is also a coupe, so I've not changed any of the classes that they are able to use at this point. And assuming they don't notice that Buffalo, they will think that sports cars are still locked. And having blown some of them up already this run, they're probably going to be a little bit more cautious about using cars that are potentially not allowed. There's still no hunters around, so that's interesting. And looking at where the checkpoint is, I can't get to that from here, at least not legally. Driving a tanker would be quite interesting, but again, I would have all kinds of manoeuvrability and weight and acceleration, just problems. It would be funny, but it would not be conducive to doing well at the game. So I'm going to leave that alone. Oop, there's Mike. So yeah, the hunters are in the area. Well, one of them is, and and Safir as well. They're hanging around in packs because this is a dodgy area of the city, apparently. So I need to basically loop around the arena to get to the next checkpoint. So I'll go up here, and I think I can't go down this road. I don't think that joins onto the. Well, maybe it does. Yeah, I think it does. Oh, maybe one of them goes. There's one that goes under. Mike is also in an Oracle. Okay. Do I want to follow him? He's gone the other way from where I would go if I went down this road. So I think that's a good. Astrid is pinging an area of the map where I am not. That's a good thing. So she thinks I'm over there. Well, Mike found me, kind of, and upset me a little bit, but then drove off, so, you know what, I'll just keep going. I will try and find a new car, because this one has seen better days, but until I do, it'll have to do. It's got a bit of a smash on the front and a smash on the back. It's not smashing. I will, yeah, want to find a replacement as soon as possible. That muscle car there isn't too bad. Taking this one. I think that's another Sentinel, but it's not a soft top version. I'll get him from this side because why not? Right. The risk. Oh no, it's another Oracle. Blimey. Okay. Apparently, I've lost my ability to spot Oracles. But you know what? The Oracle isn't a bad car. It's not the great car, but it's not too bad. I will happily take it for the time being. Right. So there is that checkpoint I was trying to get to before I was so rudely interrupted by Mike. It is on this lane. So I follow that Vigoro slowly, and yep, the coast is clear. Stop there, take the checkpoint, and get spontaneously turned round by the checkpoint, which is mildly unhelpful. It's a quick 3-point turn here, and the Vigoro is doing the same, so I guess that's sort of fairly allowable. Astrid is on a bike, that's not allowed. So we can press the button for a little bit longer. Like that, there we go. Get rid of her. So, yeah, I definitely need a different vehicle now because this one's been spotted and smashed up a little bit, and various other reasons. I honestly thought that was a purple bike, and I thought it was Tristan, but no, apparently not. Right, there's nobody behind me, that's good. You know what? I've already unlocked sports cars technically. Let's unlock them properly by taking one and actually using it a bit. Nope. That's interesting. I heard an engine revving and thought it was a Hunter, so I got a little bit scared. But no, it's just another Fusillade driving around enthusiastically. And also, I've gone the wrong way. The checkpoint is behind me on the freeway. How am I going to get on the freeway from down here? Where is the nearest place? So probably I could drive along the top of the ghetto over there. That's probably the best way to get to it. Yeah, if I go up here, turn right, and then probably right again, I can drop down around to get up onto the freeway from there. Yeah, that's probably the best way. I mean, I could do it more comically by going through the car park here and then jumping onto it. Also, somebody's left a car blocking the road. That's very unhelpful. Was it me? Was that my old car? It might be. I did drive an Oracle of that colour. So the unhelpful person in question may well have been me. I'm pretty sure it's mine. Exactly, no guard. 3 lefts will make a right. The problem with using the handbrake to, well, stop as you come up to a traffic light is if you're not going in a quite straight line, then you get a little bit of fishtailing like I did then, and you leave rubber on the ground. The disadvantage of using the actual brakes is that you your brake lights might come on, and also your reversing lights might come on, and it's very, very hard to stop without doing that. So yeah, there's advantages and disadvantages to both. But generally using the handbrake, slowing down and then using the handbrake to actually stop is the best way to do it, which takes a little bit of finesse. I thought I heard something behind me. There's Persistent coming up in a pink thing, in a blancmange of some sort. Oh no, I'm stuck on a wall. For goodness sake. Yeah, got the car stuck on a wall. Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Nicely done. That's past 10, so I think for me I shall call it there.
Right. I was thinking similar things actually, I have to admit. And so if you're going, we're going to be a little bit short of people, I think. Yeah, we're going to be. That puts us down to 4 people, so 3 hunters. I think that's probably
3 people.
Oh, is someone else going as well?
Persistent says the same.
Oh, okay. I didn't have chat turned on because then I'd see things that I shouldn't be seeing.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, 2 hunters, not really enough. So I think we shall be ending the stream there. So, but that's good fun. It's been made a big difference to my sanity having my controller working again, because it has been a lot better. And also those truck and football runs were great fun as well. So glad we did that. So, as ever, thank you very much. Thank you everyone who's been watching. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. We shall be back on Wednesday. Well, I say we. I shall be back on Wednesday with Jen, when we shall be carrying on with some more of Jen's first factory, where she's going to be carrying on learning to play Factorio. I think she might be investigating roboports and construction and logistics bots in the next stream. I have already sent her my video on my tutorial for logistics bots to give her a bit of an idea of how to use them. So hopefully she'll get we'll get those up and running and see what's going on. then, well, I do want to be releasing more videos, but I've been a bit too busy with other things in life, some of which will eventually turn into videos, but I've been rather busy with those, so there's not much in the way of videos coming out at the moment. However, I do intend to carry on making them. They will still be coming out as ever, so please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so you see them when they pop up, and I'll see you on Wednesday for the next stream. Thank you very much for watching, and good night.
Bye all.
Bye all.